What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Bro, I feel great, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Weather was good. Great weekend. Life is great, man. I'm excited to be here today, man. How are you, bro? Big weekend for you, too, man.
Me?
Yeah.
How so? I had a good time. I had a good weekend, yeah.
Yeah. I saw Pitt Hoops one, too, man.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Upset against Duke
Absolutely.
at Cameron Indoor.
Come on, man. Don't minimize it now.
The problem is, almost like the Steelers in the wild card game. They may have screwed up their season too much at the beginning here for that Duke game to matter. We'll see. I mean, they're going to have to go on a run. I think we already have like 7 losses.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with going on runs. Steelers finished the season with the run. Bills finished it with the run. Chiefs on the run right now. Ravens, they run got broken up. We gave them a little L in the middle of their run. So, yeah, bro.
But yeah, I guess I saw the weekend. Yeah, just spent some time with friends, watched football games. That was it.
And it was good games all weekend, too. I ain't even going to lie to you, bro. Did you enjoy the games?
Yeah, they were good games.
Not a trick question. It was good. I thought all 4 games was dope games, bro.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm great.
Talk to us, man.
Well, I'm just happy now that it's officially the offseason for me. That's all. So I'm in offseason.
That can't make you happy, though.
Well, only one team was going to win the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
That's a concept that I
the name of the game.
understand. So yeah, bro, it's like, all right, you lost in the divisional round to the Kansas City Chiefs, who are going to their 6th consecutive AFC Championship game. Patrick Mahomes, as we said on Friday or Thursday. Tom Brady's Michael Jordan. That's LeBron James. Hey man, tip your cap. That's how I look at it. I ain't tripping though.
They had a chance.
It is,
They had many chances to win that.
But that's the difference. It's like when you get to that stage, you got to be perfect. If you give another team opportunities, which they did, that's what happens. But that's the same thing we said last week. You don't seek comfort and point fingers and minimize your role in it. Nah, you own up to it. You say, bro, it was multiple plays that could have been made, that should have been made, and ultimately, that was the difference. But it looked like a team that has been there multiple times, was more comfortable, versus a team that, down the stretch, did not make the plays and got a little bit tight from my perspective.
Well, that's the thing, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Bills messed up a couple times and
That's
almost
what I'm
got away
saying.
with it.
Yeah.
They had a final
Because
drive
you
to
could see, like,
get that touchdown. Ultimately, they didn't get the touchdown. Had the field goal opportunity. Bass missed it. Like, that would have tied it up. Who knows what Mahomes does after that.
Obviously. But, yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, bro, you can't leave opportunities out there when it's the playoffs. Same thing I said last week when we was talking, it was fake slide. I'm like, bro, we can focus on fake slide, but it's a lot more that took place in terms of why we weren't successful. Same conversation with the Bills. It's like, bro, you got your missed field goal, you got your drop, you got inefficiencies on defense. So, you know, like I said, it comes with the territory.
Can I ask you some serious questions I'm like legitimately curious about?
Oh, you know I got you, baby girl.
What's the energy on Diggs?
What you mean?
How's the fan base feel about him now?
I don't speak on the fan base. I speak for myself. I don't have an issue with him. He dropped the pass. It is what it is. Same way Bass missed the field goal. It is what it is. It's like you can't allow one play to be overarching than everything else. It's like in the moment, does it suck? Absolutely. Does it hurt? Absolutely. But Tyler Bass is still a Pro Bowl kicker. Stephon Diggs is still an all-pro receiver. Josh Allen is still an all-pro quarterback. It's like, bro, you just lost to a team that if you don't play your best ball for 4 quarters, that's the outcome with them. I thought the Bills played great for 3.5 quarters, but unfortunately, that was the difference, bro. But you tip your cap to the Chiefs, bro. That's the other part. It's like you don't walk in that thing and act as if the Chiefs suck. Don't nobody suck at this level, baby. And especially when you're talking about this postseason, man. So, like I said, it's what it is, man.
So he's had a dip in production over the last second half of the season.
Yes, but by design in the sense that James Cook was more the focal point. So you can focus on feeding Diggs to get his numbers, which is fine, or you could do what was going to be more efficient for the offense, which was play through James Cook. So that's why I was like,
and they did that for a good portion of that game, which they should have.
And
we talked about that.
That
was a huge mismatch.
Think about it. The
huge
difference
mismatch.
in this
They
game,
couldn't have a guy that covered Cook.
Think about it. If Diggs makes the catch at the end of that thing, it's a totally different conversation around Diggs, totally different feeling around the team right now. But like I said, that's what comes with it, man. You don't get redos in the postseason. You either make them plays or you got to wait all the way till next year for the opportunity to get back. And that's why we say with the coach Tomlin, hey, man, we tired of just winning seasons. It's like, no, because you don't get the opportunity to compete for that unless you can get into the tournament, man. But after that, they say, you better be perfect or as close to perfect when you're in them games, because all it takes is literally one mistake and that's it.
What would you change going into the offseason here?
Up in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Probably just instead of him being interim, I'd go ahead and make Joe Brady officially the offensive coordinator. That'd be the first thing I'd do. After that,
So you're not doing anything with McDermott?
for what?
Well, Belichick's still available. I've listened to some NFL podcasts, and they've brought up that as like a possibility. Like, would the Bills be interested in bringing in Belichick just to mix it up?
So the coach that's been beating Belichick since Brady has left, we want to switch that out for Belichick.
To help him in the playoffs.
So the coach that we'd have been beating,
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
all.
I just brought it. So you want to keep McDermott?
who did McDermott beat last year in the playoffs? That same coach you talk about, Belichick.
Oh, 2 years.
2 years ago, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. I'm like, bro, I get it when your team loses in the divisional round and you got this close to getting it all the way. You start thinking, do you blow it up? Do you need a big change? They don't need a big change. Nah. Just got to execute better in the clutch moments down the stretch and health. Thought this was the first game where a tight end was actually able to take advantage of the linebackers also. We thought Moof would do it. Moof never did it to the extent, though, right? Kelsey did. That's a big difference in these games,
That
too.
one was just a straight-up blown coverage, though, huh?
Oh, no, I'm with you on that,
that
yeah.
first touchdown?
Yeah,
But
very
what happened
similar-
there? Was that supposed to be cover 3?
Very similar to the Pat P, Atlanta Roberts.
Yeah, yeah.
Just miscommunication. But as a whole, though, that was the weakness of the defense, as we said, going forward. And when you keep losing guys, we said last week, the Terrell Bernard guy going down, that was the last of their, like, dope inside linebacker. So, like I said, it's a come with it. But you don't make excuses for it. You acknowledge it. So, do you say, would you revamp your inside linebacker core? Sure, but you don't need to when you got all-pro, Pro Bowler, and a dang good third dude. They would just hurt. So when you dealing with that, that comes with it, man. Do we get another receiver? Sure. But if Gabe Davis is healthy, do you need the other receiver? That's what I'm saying. Like, in the moment, yeah, sure, big change. But when you really get down to it, it's like no different than Pittsburgh. Are we about to be over here hollering about, yo, we need these massive overhauls? No. It's fine-tuning it. When you get to the postseason, bro, you got a lot of what you already need. Now you trying to do the little switches. How do we get that? Problem is they keep running into this Chiefs situation too. So, like I said, you got to be more efficient when you play against a team like that, though. Can't leave anything out there. No matter who you are. Josh played a dope game, but it doesn't matter who you are, man. If you leave opportunities out there, the punt situation, was it a fake punt called? Was it a snap?
Terrible.
But either way, it didn't look like it was fully, everybody was on the same page. So whatever the
Right.
miscommunication or check, whatever it was, in games like this, you can't have that. Now you kind of get bailed out with the fumble in the end zone, but then you come right back and have to punt again. That's the part where you like versus teams like the Chiefs, you can't keep giving them possessions like that, bro. You know that. So that's why I said, man, you live with it. You tip your cap to it. You say, hey, bro, Chiefs show championship pedigree. That's why they are who they are. And for the Bills, you look and you say, bro, if you want to cross that hump, you see the difference in the game. It ain't big, but that's the difference right now. It ain't no magical person out there that's going to bring it to you. Ain't no special call. You just got to be in that moment. And when it arises, man, make the play. They had multiple opportunities to make plays in the games, though, bro. Down the stretch that would have changed the outcome. So that's why I was like, I ain't tripping on it. You just, like I said, tip your cap and you say, man, that's a team that has done it 6 years in a row right now. This is a team that flirts with it, but they haven't crossed over just yet.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that fake punt. Obviously, if it works, it works. You're
Yeah.
saying, oh, good call and everything. But in my opinion, it's like, because there would have been a reason to go for it. I would have understood it.
I don't,
Because it wasn't like fourth and short, it was like fourth and 5.
But the reason why I don't think it was an actual call, I think it was a check.
Right, they only had 10 people.
Right,
on
and I think that's
the Chiefs
why
side.
it was all like out of whack. Because yeah, if you're trying to go for it, you're just gonna put you're gonna put Josh out there and just go.
Yeah.
That's how they do. They ain't about to do all this. Let's get cute. But that's why I said I think it was a check. But I don't know if the check was properly communicated, whatever it was. And the other part of when you talking fakes, we kind of got lucky with ours with Rob G hitting his pass. I think it was Heyward when we played the Bengals to ultimately win the game and clinch the division, right? But a lot of times, man, it's like, bro, you got non-blocking people trying to block and run a play. You know what I mean? So you think about the Bills punt team. You talk about a Tyler Matakavage, a Dorian Williams, be your lead blocker for DeMar Hamlin. You like, bro, that don't even sound right. So that's why I'm like, I think it was a check that just, whatever it just wasn't communicated and executed properly. But in a game like that, man, that's a difference maker. Then we also had a bad punt. Kind of rolled and worked out a little bit better, but it wasn't up to the standard that Sam Martin's been playing. So, like I said, overall, it's a good game, though. That's my thing. It's like, there is no shame in losing to the day go Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. Like, I'm not tripping on that, bro. I think it would have been different if it was another team. But that team, nah, I ain't tripping on that one.
I did all right in my picks, too, huh?
I think you ran the table low-key.
No, because I picked Texans.
All right,
I think you had Ravens.
But the
3-1, so not bad.
But no, you should be all right, bro. Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, not bad. The games were good, too. Like, the games were legitimately, outside of that Ravens-Texans, I mean, it was good for the first half. Second half, Ravens ran away with it.
Nah,
but all the games were good.
It was tied at halftime. Think about it, bro. All the games, bro, were fire, bro.
Yeah.
All of them were fire. I'm looking at the day going, the Lions joint. I'm like, bro, Baker hooping over there, golf showing big time plays. You see the Brock Purdy situation play out over in San Fran, Jordan Love. I'm like, oh, this is spicy.
Man.
Yeah. And then you watching Bills and Chiefs, and it's literally boom, 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 rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire. And you're like, God, dog, how does this one end? It's like I said, across the board, bro. It was a vibe, man. Oh, and the road. I see you, the road D. You said no Bills, Garrett. Stop playing, bro. You just uninformed. Let's go Buffalo. We going through the table head first, player. You know that. Don't duck no rack. Come on. Yeah. But yeah, man. It was definitely a good weekend of sports, bro. And like I said, Pitt got the big one over Duke. I saw your rival school, West Virginia, get a big win too this week. I was like, bro, everybody just doing some stuff this weekend. JMU won in hoops.
That's not good. But I think
that's not good.
I think they're so irrelevant in hoops right now that doesn't matter. Penguins have been slipping a little bit.
I thought they won the other day.
They lost the most recent one against, who was it? I can't remember who it was. They lost 3-2, and it was the typical, like, they're up a couple.
They were up, and then they came back on them. Yeah,
typical.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably lost at least half their games that way, being up by at least like 2 goals or having a steady lead and then just choking it away. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So I look at the standings, like they're out of the playoffs right now. Like they gotta really start buttoning things up, and we're getting to like the halfway mark.
Yeah, I was about to say the break about to come up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like Pitt hoops, like I said, it might be too little, too late for them. They got to go on a run here. But they're good. This is what I've been saying. Like they're legitimately talented. They could beat any team.
They're good enough to run the table in the tournament. In terms of the ACC tournament, you think they're good enough for that?
They just beat Duke, so
that's what I'm saying.
They're just too inconsistent. I think they could beat any team.
Yeah. Sometimes to win the tournament, bro, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
bro.
You
get hot at the right time.
And you got guard play. That's another part. Guard play saves you in tournament time, bro.
They got a good squad.
Yeah.
Like, you could talk about everything they have. They got a good point guard, talented point guard. They got bigs, and bigs who could shoot too. They're good rim defenders. They got some swingmen. You got a dude that could shoot the lights out from 3 whenever he gets hot. Like Henson, he went 7 for 7.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He was cooking.
Like,
he was cooking.
He's that mini mellow dude.
I just like when they showed when I put him on social media, they showed the pictures of him facing the crowd. They had the Duke fans throwing the middle finger, and they put the little parental advisory. I was like, yo, like a hard album cup right there. It was fire. Yeah. Shout out to her, bro. Shout out.
But outside of that, everything's good with me.
I like it, bro. I like it. So, yeah, man, I'm officially in off-season mode. So that's the other reason why I'm, like, really happy, though, because I have 0 going on the weekends, bro. I love it. I got free time now. So, yeah, I'm going to carry this up to Super Bowl, and then, bro, I'm putting my toes in some sand, bro. So, yeah, man, it's a great vibe. It's a great day. And we're going to get out there today, man. So, yeah, if you ready, do you got a deep thought or anything on your mind? I ain't know how you know your energy, man. What you on today?
I did have some thoughts throughout the day.
What you got for us today? I know you got something today. What you got for us today?
So I forgot them.
Respect.
I had
respect.
I had some good thoughts.
Well, either way, you know it's gonna be a blast, and I am more than ready to hear y'all commentary as well. So y'all already know how we're gonna do. Let's start the show like how we always do. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comment section, so that way we can give those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And of course, Don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you have not done so just yet.
David Decker, 585 Rochester. Hey, Moats and Deke, it is time to bring home Aaron Donald and Tyler Boyd.
I saw T. Boyd say he was open to it.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a fake quote or not.
Did you see? He was like, even if it's not this time, I'm even talking about coming down at some point and play for him. I was like, dang.
No, now's the time. We don't want you
seriously.
later.
Yeah,
This is the time. You're still somewhat in your prime. You're a little bit on the back end.
Don't J.J. Watt us.
Yeah, you could be a good veteran receiver for us right now. You could be a great slot receiver. You could be an upgrade over anyone. You could be our solid 3. So we'll take you now. I don't want you in 3-4 years.
Don't give me the J.J. Watt. This is your chance right now. If you really want to come back and play for Coach T and your city team and all this other stuff like you said, this is legitimately your opportunity, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah, the Aaron Donald thing's just not going to happen. I'm at that point.
Rams too good right now, bro. They picked it up.
I know.
Yeah, they about to retool. They like, hey, man, we still got another run in this thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
think
lost
about
to
the way
Detroit
that game,
by 2.
And think about how that game went, bro. Like, all right.
Like I said, I thought the Rams were good this year when Stafford was in.
Yeah.
They got Puka. They got Cup. They got enough on offense.
Yeah.
And defense, they could use some fine-tuning, but you got Aaron Donald.
And your boy Witherspoon played well out there too, bro.
I think McVay's I think he's just that good of a coach.
Yeah.
That's the sign of a
Baker
good coach.
Baker went out there and played well also. Yeah. Remember that?
That's truly a sign of a good coach to me. A team that is projected to be tanking or one of the bottoms of the league ends up making the playoffs.
I would agree.
Pete Carroll with the Seahawks. That team's going to be tanking for Bryce Young. They ended up making the playoffs last year.
Very true.
That is a sign of a good coach. I think Packers too. Like Matt LaFleur. I don't think there were high expectations for him.
And he was heavily criticized at points and times this season too.
Yeah. I think they proved themselves.
McVay
obviously has more to his resume than.
But even shout out to Dan Campbell though, man, with the Lions, man. In terms of them just sticking with him. Think about the first 2 years, it ain't been super smooth. There's been a lot of them tears at the press conference. Oh, we almost had it. Oh, we could have done that. Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, man, it just shows like it ain't always going to be perfect in this league. But if you give it time and stick with it, man, these dudes, man, the good ones at least, they'll show.
We got DJ Lundy from 757 in Norfolk, Virginia.
Absolutely. Shout out to the crib one time for the culture.
It's like
the Roby. Yeah. He ain't peeped my Bills gear earlier, so I had to let him know. Like,
well, he's tuning in from 318 Louisiana.
Shout out to the boot one time for the culture. Yeah, man. But the Roby. This is so you obviously know Thurman Thomas, Hall of Fame, all that stuff, running back. Well, him and his wife, they got the Thurman Thomas Foundation. You know what I'm saying? And I rock with them up there. They the homies. So I like to bring it in. I figured this was chill enough, but loud enough. I had my hat on, but I got a little hot. I ain't even gonna hold you. So I had to take my hat off. But, I like this. It's got the colors and it goes with my Carmine. I got my Carmine Jordan 6s on. I'm in full retirement mode. Or not retirement. I'm in full off-season mode now, though, baby. So, yeah, man, it's a vibe day. But, yeah, man, I'm holding it down. Like I said, I ain't duck it last week when I came here with the Steelers gear on after taking the L. All right. Oh, y'all ain't peeped that, huh? Yeah, all right. So I wore all Steelers gear last week as a memorial, all right? And I plan to do the same thing this week as a memorial, all right? Salute the season.
Noah Hood, 959. Who should we bring in for OC?
I mean, Ben Johnson is the name that obviously keeps popping up. I'm going to be real. If the Bills don't retain Joe Brady, I say, man, he's a great person to look into. I think he's taking an interview, though, coming up. But, yeah, I love him, man. If that was going to be available.
Or head coach?
He's going to OC interview.
I was going to say, head
OC
coach
interview
would be a ridiculous
That'd be
jump.
like super fast. Heck, yeah. I mean, you go from QB coach to 4 games or 5 games in the season, OC, and now, nah. But I thought his sample size was a lot larger than the Eddie Faulkner, Mike Sullivan, and he was exclusively named the interim OC, whereas we obviously know here we kind of had OC play calling kind of split up. That was the only reason why, like I said, with Joe Brady, after seeing what he was able to do and just more so the philosophy of it, I'm like, yep, that would definitely work. But hopefully he don't leave from up there.
You know who else is on this fast track, and it might be a little too fast, is the Texans coordinator.
I've seen that too.
Because that was terrible.
I've definitely seen that,
was terrible. He was calling worse plays than Matt Canada.
Yeah, I saw
Dude, these triple reverse, like, it was
like too
unbelievable.
gimmicky, too
The
you're
most
pressing
gimmicky
too
stuff
much.
I've ever seen.
Yeah,
And you have CJ Stroud. Like, you got to be kidding me.
It's like you get to this
That
moment.
was so bad.
You get to this moment, you kind of
need another
overthink
year's
yourself.
OC.
Yeah, you overthought it. Yep.
Yeah, you
Overthought
go back
the
to the
moment.
Texans. You need another year.
Yeah.
Sit back and reflect on what you did.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Canada would have been better.
Yeah.
Because Matt Canada, I've never seen him pull out the triple reverses.
The bro, and it wasn't even needed.
It wasn't even like a triple reverse. It would be triple reverse and all this stuff, and then they would pass
throw it.
Yes,
they
5 yards backwards.
Yes,
and it's like, oh wait, is this a trick play? No.
It was a lot going on,
5
bro.
yards backwards.
Yeah, it was a lot going on with it, bro.
Crazy. John Easton, 412, Crafton, are Bills kickers cursed?
Nah,
90 deja vu.
Nah, Scott Norwood, man, heck of a player too. Like I said, man, you can have a bad play, it happens, but it is what it is.
Germ 824-540, baby, let's go, you hooligans.
Ooh, big facts. Let's go.
I will say.
Man, when he said you hooligans, I started thinking about my footballers out there, across the pond. Yeah, so they're good little hooligans. Yeah. They rock out, fish and chips, go to the pub, sing the chant songs. Yeah.
David Decker again, he's tuning in from Rochester, says the floorball tournament was great. Went 2-2 and took home silver for the West Side team.
Let's go.
Sent you pictures on Gmail too.
Bet that. Man, I need to pull that up. Good talk though, baby. Good talk. Definitely glad to hear that, man. So salute you on that and appreciate you following back up with us as well. Yes, indeed. See, we got dubs. We getting wins across the board. Doesn't matter how the win come. We're going to get wins though. That's what we're going to do, Deke. That's what we definitely going to do. All right, let me tap in, man. I got a couple over here. I got to talk to the homie AJ Martinez. And just know, I already peeped you with the big bag of Upper Room memberships. We about to get to them in a little bit, but salute you always being here in the 824. Then we got AC tuning in the 254, Killeen, Texas. And typically that's where Leah Warren is from. I don't know if she here just yet, but I'm sure she's going to pull up and say something crazy about the Bills. So it's all love on the front end. All right, then we got Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. And we definitely appreciate you once again sending the updated score or the updated prediction results from the game picks. Definitely appreciate you on that. We did get the email. He's tuning in the 559. Visalia, California, home of my father-in-law, R.I.P. But, shout out to Visalia. And then I ended with the homie Slade Strozier in the 478 Macon, Georgia, baby. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's get it.
Well, a lot of supers rolling in on.
Man, we're going to have a day today, bro.
It's Monday.
It's going to be a day today. I'm excited.
Johnny Utah. They're coming out guns blazing. Mm-hmm. Is Moats wearing his Tyler Ash jersey? I mean Bass.
Oh.
Then he says, just kidding.
I get
it. Patiently waiting for OC interviews and the Coach T extension news.
I like it. I'm waiting on it too, man.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get news today.
Yeah. It's got to be coming up soon, though, right? Got to be coming up soon.
We're just going to get who we're interviewing, too. It's still probably going to be another week or two before the guy's hired.
Yeah. But I think we've seen at least one name I thought popped up. Oh, my God. I'm drawing a blank on the dude, too.
As a guy we're interviewing?
Yeah. Or at least we requested to interview him. I thought I saw something.
Wait.
I don't remember his name.
Hold on. I'm seeing that this is the most recent super chat.
Where you at?
Bro. I'm just taking a second or two to pause here.
What is the name,
This is the first name being brought up, right?
What's the name?
The Steelers Nation on fire. So Steelers request Rams pass coordinator.
Okay.
Zach Robinson.
Okay. Yeah. The Robinson dude. Yeah.
Do you know where he's from?
Nah, not really.
He's like an Oklahoma State legend.
Oh, okay.
Quarterback.
Des Bryant in him? Or before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he was Des Bryant's quarterback.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost. It was either him or who's the other guy? Blackman.
Oh, Justin Blackman. Yeah.
One of those two. He might have passed to both.
Okay.
Of them,
okay.
Yeah. Because
I remember Whedon
was
out
there
there
around like Colt McCoy.
Okay, because I remember when Brandon Whedon was out there during that time frame too, and then oh, okay. Well, shout out there. I like it there,
bro.
That's the part. That's what we like. Kevin. I mean.
That's why I had to pause a little bit.
Okay, I see exactly what you're saying then. I see what you're saying in terms of that. I didn't even peep that. That makes sense then. Okay. Well, that would be interesting. That would be really interesting. Because that's kind of like the Cliff Kingsbury Chicago interest where you're like, whoa, okay, if you're going to bring him in, are y'all marrying that? Because, yeah, you're right.
Even outside of the Oklahoma State connection or any Mason connection, though,
yeah,
this is what I like to see. A guy in the McVay tree.
Yeah. And
a
it's
guy
fresh.
that's young. I don't know. He's probably
Yeah.
like at this point. What I say? He was around the Colt McCoy. He's probably like 35, 36.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I like that. Another cat that I would say too. Oh man, let me pull up his name. He's on that actual Ram staff. He was their QB's coach. Oh, for like 2 years ago? It was the year when they went to the Super Bowl, or in that time frame. But young cat, man, he actually played college ball at UMass, man, but then hopped on the whole coaching circuit. He's been, oh my gosh, man, I'm trying to blank on my dude's name. It's like Liam or something like that. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna pull him up. But that's another dude potentially, man. If we just throwing out, yeah, because he's definitely in that tree too, man. And yeah, he has success. So yeah.
You know how we were talking about Mason and what's his trust in the Steelers? Does he want to come back? If you hire a guy from Oklahoma State, and
that's
Zach
from
Robinson,
his college time too. Heck yeah.
So like, I think that would.
I'm with you, bro. I am definitely with
for
you, bro.
Mason wanting to come back.
Listen,
to the Steelers.
we on the same page with that one, bro. Absolutely.
Because you want to talk about biasness and stuff. I feel like if your offensive coordinator's from Oklahoma State, has the connection to Mason, probably has a relationship with him
and he's been
already.
in the league. It says 4 years he's been doing this.
I think that would counterbalance any Pickett biasness that the organization would have, right?
My dog said that's the counterbalance. I love it. You are accurate, though. You are very accurate. That would be the counterbalance to it.
It's like Tomlin doing the opposite of what he would normally do.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, though? Because I love
like
that.
it. Yeah,
I'm like,
I like it.
I think it's a great idea.
I told you, I want this to be an open, legitimate competition between Mason and Kenny.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, bro.
And yeah, maybe he does have some of those connections to Mason and stuff, but aside from that, guy from the Sean McVay coaching tree, passing, whatever, offensive, young coach, like that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah. And I found the name too. It was Liam Cohen. That was the cat, man. He was their QB's coach, turned OC. Then he was down at Kentucky as well.
Who?
Liam Cohen. He was the dude that was there before Zach. Before Zach Robinson over in LA with McVay. I was saying it's like another name right now. I'm trying to find where he's currently at. Yeah.
But this is the first official.
The first official one right there, though. Yeah.
His interview.
Correct. Or at least that's what I saw that name first. Yeah.
Wow.
I do like it. Forrest Work said he's 37. So
there you go.
Good age group, man. I like it.
Dondre Zell, if we bring Mason back, what will the first 3 rounds of our draft look like? Interior O-line, cornerback, and inside linebacker. Those are the 3 that keep being brought up, and I'm going to stand by.
Okay. Weird, because you're saying Mason is already back.
Not particularly in that order. It's whatever order. I don't care, but those are my first 3.
For sure.
You got anyone else, or you making any adjustments to those 3?
Not right now. I mean, it's still early, you know that. About to say, but I ain't tripping on it.
That would be my call. Dondre Zell, what are the odds we move up in the draft again?
Well, let's see. We done it twice in the past 4 years.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah, Omar.
Odds as good as anything right now, bro. Yeah.
He's a little bit more aggressive than Colbert anyway.
We definitely been moving up, bro. We definitely been doing it.
Yeah, I guess we got to see what the deal is with this draft.
Yeah.
Look at the board.
And the hard thing, too, is we're projecting draft before free agency. That's the other part that kind of just makes it a little bit out of order. Because if, for example, we need a linebacker as priority number 1, but we're able to get one in free agency, then in that draft, now instead of us feeling like we got to move up to potentially get a linebacker, maybe we sit back and we're like, oh, man, we got a lot of inter-offensive linemen that are going to be sitting around 20. We're good just kind of sitting here. We're going to have the pick of the litter. That's kind of, the thought process of what I mean when I'm like, yeah, right now, I think everything is on the table, but that's just because we don't know, number 1, who they bringing back or not. We're going to obviously talk about that today in terms of some more in-house free agents. But number 2, it's not just who we lose via free agency, but also who we bring in free agency, because both of those things are going to take place before the draft even happens.
Steeler Nation on fire. Welcome to Cancun, Moats.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. I hope that you enjoyed the game from Cancun last weekend. That's it, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I will gladly join you on vacation, but just make sure you was watching it last week in Cancun. What I gave was a Buffalo.
Dondre Zell, Mike T said he's wanting a more explosive offense. Doesn't get more explosive than Kellen Moore, does it?
Kellen Moore's another dope name.
Wasn't he trash with the Chargers? He went to the Chargers.
He went to
right?
the Chargers, but he was great with Dallas. So who do you think is the better player, Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert?
Well, what happened with him? Did he stick out the whole year with the Chargers, or did he get
No,
fired
I thought they cleaned everything out when they did the whole.
He got axed too.
I thought he did. I could be wrong, but I thought he did. But that was his first.
I think
he
he's
just
worth
left
the
since
interview
Dallas,
for sure. I felt like this year was a disappointment for him.
I would agree.
In LA, even when Herbert was healthy.
Fair enough.
Because there were times that, the one time they played the Ravens, was that on Sunday Night Football?
No, I'm with you.
They only put up like 10 points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just look at it and I say, I've seen more of the Chargers and Herbert struggle before Kellen Moore was ever there. So
you think it's the Chargers?
Yes,
curse?
Not even cursive. Just this is some of the questions that you surround about Herbert, anyways. Whereas when I'm looking at the Cowboys with Dak, I'm like, I'm not about to think that Dak is a better player than Herbert, but I definitely know what Dak has played like when Kellen Moore was there. I look at how that offense flowed when Kellen Moore was there.
Dak played good this year too.
He did, and I think Dak is evolving. He's starting to grow. It's just one of them things. The playoffs are the playoffs. It is a one game. You win it or you lose it, and that's why when fans and media go overboard with their reactions or even how they think is the best way to get there, that's why I always have a hard time agreeing with it, because it's like, bro, this is the finite the finest of the finest when you get to that part, and every little day matters. But what you can do is blow up a lot of your stuff chasing that fine detail, and you start making just reckless emotional decisions. That's what you always got to guard against. I thought the Cowboys did a good job of guarding against that this year. But I thought that was definitely something that a lot of people are, in that vibe for. I mean, you've brought it with the Belichick thing. I'm sure there's people in Pittsburgh right now that are like, hey, man, would you rather go on to Belichick versus Tomlin? What's the difference, right?
No, that's just stupid. Like, you could have Tomlin for the next, 10, 15 years. Belichick, you're getting, a 4 or 5 year window.
That's fine, but you could say the same thing for McDermott, for McCarthy, for all these dudes. Belichick is super duper old, but Belichick is Belichick. So it's like, what's the difference with them versus Coach T?
Well, I think just looking at the Cowboys organization, that's a more likely move coming from them versus the Steelers. Although they've also hung on to coaches for a long time, longer than most people would think. Like Garrett went,
That's
8
what
or 9
saying.
years?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I could just see that move being made from Jerry Jones and the Cowboys and them doing that. Because, yeah, I think them keeping McCarthy is probably the smarter move. Just go another year.
Yeah.
Because then I think
I'm not saying you go past that, but
I think you want to see, you really want to know, is it McCarthy or is it just Dak you can't rely on in the playoffs?
Like, what's the situation?
Now, with McDermott, I think the thing that's different with him versus those two coaches is he hasn't won a Super Bowl. He doesn't have the resume that either of those two guys have.
And he's created the environment that is up there right now. We could go back to when he took over, what that environment was, and what it is now.
That could be like the Pitt and Jamie Dixon argument.
Sure.
Whenever we had Jamie Dixon for, from 2000 up to 2014, Pitt was constantly, in the top 10, top 25, making tournaments, winning the Big East.
Yeah.
But then we just couldn't get over the hump and.
So yeah, I made the right decision then.
No, I mean that's the thing. It came down to it where. Yeah, I think we might need a chance. We're never getting to this Final Four with Jamie Dixon. I feel like there's a cap on him, and we got rid of him. And yeah, we went backwards big time recently. But still, I get why the move was made, because I mean you got to make a risk like that whenever you're making a decision. Like sometimes you gotta take the chance. Sometimes.
Yeah, see, I think that's different to me, man. I don't look at that as a chance. I look at that as just overly aggressive. You're talking about a dude that has you in the Final Four. You're talking about a dude that has you consistently in the final.
No, he never had us. It was always.
In that,
let me put it to you this way.
Right?
It was always disappointment in the tournament.
I get it, bro. I get it.
It was always disappointment. Not even sometimes we're a clear 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah. We're
getting bounced in the Sweet 16 or getting bounced in the second round. There was one year we made the run for the Elite Eight, but that was the best a Pitt team ever did again with Dixon at the helm.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it was the right move, but obviously we're seeing in hindsight 2020 it would have been better to keep him this whole time.
Like I said, bro, when you dealing with playoffs, when you dealing with single elimination tournaments, bro, you always gonna have a bad feeling at the end of it. You just can't allow that bad feeling to make you make a worse decision. It's different than like baseball or basketball where it's like a series. Because it's like over a series, if you see your team get beat 3, think about if the Steelers and Bills played a 5-game series and we saw one team win 3 times in a row or 3 times. It's not a debate of was it just this guy having a bad game? Was it a bad call? You're clearly going to say, yo, that team is the better team. But with football, in this sense, or even in collegiate basketball, you don't get that luxury to figure it out. So you are kind of guessing, so to speak, of what it could have been. Was it the coach? Was it the player? Was it a bad night? Was it a bad matchup? And that's kind of what makes our sport our sport. And while we got to take these chances, so to speak, but it is kind of crazy though when we really sit back and think, it's like, bro, these teams aren't far off when you're talking about making it to the playoffs. We're literally saying you're 3 games away from getting the thing that we all covet the most, a Super Bowl or a championship. But we understand this is literally one of the hardest things to accomplish. But we'll act like, oh, we should do it every single year just because, and if we don't, then it's like, you'll fire that guy. But that's, I think, where I disconnect because of the whole player side. We just more of like the committed, we don't look at the whole get rid of it. It's like, how do we make it work?
Yeah, the reason I brought up the Pitt comparison is because Pitt hoops before Jamie Dixon was almost like it is right now.
Yeah.
But Dixon elevated Pitt to being like, we were a powerhouse in college hoops for like
absolutely.
a good 15 years there. Legitimately. Like beating you,
bro. I was watching Pitt growing. I remember watching Pitt,
being consistently
like,
a
period,
top 10 team,
yeah.
top 25 team.
We all been
top
watching
25
Pitt,
team on like down years,
bro. Pitt was legit. Pitt was a part of the Power Conference too. The same way we talk SEC for football. That was Big East for basketball back then, bro.
And
come on, man.
Championships,
absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
But yeah, the reason I bring them up is because Dixon elevated, and I'm guessing this is your reason for bringing up like McDermott and like what the Bills were before him. Like he's elevated the Bills to this level. It's almost you're probably just saying don't take him for granted because who knows if you get rid of him, will we go back to what the Bills were before him?
They just was 6 games out of 7 to get the 2 seed, and you lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, who just won the Super Bowl last year and are going to their 6th consecutive AFC Championship game. That's the part where I'm saying we're not gonna overreact to it, bro. Like, you could overreact to it, or you could be like, bro, the Chiefs are a great team right now. They have a great program right now. It's the reason why they're going to their 6th consecutive AFC Championship game. They just won the Super Bowl last year. If you want to beat that team, you got to play your best game for 4 quarters, not 3.5. Unfortunately, that's what the Bills did. They gave you 3.5, but they didn't give you the whole 4. That doesn't mean that you push panic button and go crazy and now you set yourself back. Nah. You acknowledge what you did right. You acknowledge what you did wrong, and you're accountable. You don't seek comfort, bro. You don't point fingers and try to minimize it and say, was this player, was that, or was this coach, was that. It's like, nah. The Bills had every opportunity to win that game, and the Bills were the better team. The problem was they didn't execute and play better for 4 quarters. Don't matter who has more time. Don't matter who we think on paper is playing better. It's like, bro, in them moments, you either going to make them plays or you not going to make them plays. It ain't nothing magical about that thing, man. It didn't matter who was calling that call. Diggs make that catch, it's a different outcome. It don't matter who called that call. Bass hits the field goal, it's a different outcome. It don't matter who make that call. DeMar in this situation, if it's successful or if the punt goes like it's supposed to, that's my thing, bro. But you can't, because you lose and you feeling sad, it's like, oh, man, well, it's this guy's fault. Man, I'm going to fire that guy. I want to make this shit. It's like, nah, bro, you are literally right where you need to be at. We're talking about a handful of plays with the difference of, time to go see what Baltimore talking about versus, hey, man, join us in Cancun. We've been waiting on you. We lost a while ago. We here over here. Wait, come on, join us. Yeah.
Fish Momentum, Moats and Deke, what is good? Smoking that Bills pack.
There it is. I ain't got nothing wrong with that, baby. Like I said, in all seriousness, it's definitely one of the things where just as a dude, I always say, if you hold up there with me, man, I don't care what you talk about. Because at the end of the day, Steelers Nation, unfortunately, was watching while the Bills was playing. So that's how I look at that. But I do like the energy, though. So keep the energy coming. Don't minimize it. Don't shut it down. Turn it up. Yes, indeed.
Gerald Or Gerald, I'm sorry. Really botched your name there. Abney, shout out to White Dak. Josh Allen.
There it is. Respect, baby, respect. Like I said, man, I ain't tripping. I feel great about Josh Allen.
I can't go that far. I can't go that far.
I assure you, if anybody, especially in Steelers Nation, is talking quarterback, I feel great about Josh Allen. There ain't nothing you about to tell me other than that, bro. We lost Patrick Mahomes, bro. Unless it's a Patrick Mahomes walking around here, I ain't hearing nothing, bro. That boy ended up with 50 total touchdowns, bro. 50. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, I can't.
50 of them
I
things.
can't go as far to say the Dak comparisons.
50. Just remember that. 50. How many touchdowns we score as a team this year? Did we get 50? I really don't know, actually. Do you think we got 50 total touchdowns this season? I ain't even trying to be funny.
About the Steelers.
He brought it up. Yeah, he did. He said White Dak.
He said White Dak. No Steelers involved.
He brought up White Dak, and it made me think of just some comparing and contrasting real quick.
He was bringing up Dak because
it's your man's, right? You still a nation? You not still a nation? I thought it was one band, one sound. If one still a nation said, then all still a nation said. Ain't that the energy? I thought that was energy, right? Rally the troops.
I don't agree with this.
We all smoke.
I see why he said it. I don't agree with that comment.
I thought Still a Nation was on the Bills pack. I try to figure out how that worked.
We didn't beat the Bills.
That's what I was trying to figure out. He said he was on the Bills pack. Did they say
I get
White
why
Dak?
Official Momentum said it.
So
I laughed at the comment,
baby.
I'm not gonna lie,
So that's why I just
we
curious.
didn't beat the Bills.
I was just curious. I'm like,
Bills.
Josh single-handedly had 50 touchdowns that he accounted for. I'm just trying to figure out, man, what we end up with in Pittsburgh, bro. I ain't tripping. I don't be trying to go there. I was hoping last week. I'm hoping this week. I'm chilling. You know I'm chilling. But if you want to go there, we can go there. I'm chilling though. You know that. Deke know I'm chilling. Deke, I ain't tripping. I won't tripping last week. I ain't tripping this week, bro. But if we want to go there, we can definitely go there. Just remember that. White Dak, 50 touchdowns, baby. Just remember that, baby. 50.
No, I think here's what I'll say about Allen. Yeah, I think he's solidly in top 4. We'll see how the season plays out. I think the 4 right now is Mahomes, him. I'd also include Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Whatever order, figuring it out. But yeah, Dak's not even. I don't even know where Dak is.
When you account
He's
for
not in my
50
top 10.
touchdowns in a total season, bro, I don't care where the list is. It's 50 touchdowns, bro. I don't care what y'all say. That's just the reality of it. Kind of like when Mahomes had 50 touchdowns, it's like, bro, you can holler about Aaron Rodgers, you can holler about Brady. 50 touchdowns in a season. What do we talk about, bro? So that's why I ride with Josh. You know that. The same way you ride with 7. So that's why I love that you can understand how I be feeling, because I'm sure if Ben has 7,
Allen played good yesterday. Allen wasn't the problem. I guess he missed that Diggs throw at the end, but
no, he didn't miss that throw. It was the one in the end zone he missed.
Huh? No. I'm talking about it was like on 3rd down. Whenever they were at the 20.
Oh yeah, in the back end zone. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like the bomb. I'm like, no, the bomb Diggs just dropped. Yeah.
No, that was a Diggs drop. That was terrible. Yeah. He missed that throw. Yeah. See, I guess he could have hit the under. He was open, but he also had that. He also had the touchdown up. He just underthrew it. Yeah. Outside of that, no, I thought he played a pretty good game. Like, he didn't choke. Like with Dak, I consistently see him in the playoffs underperforming. I don't necessarily say that with Josh Allen or see that with Josh Allen as often as I do Dak. Like underperformance in the Bengals game, the Bengals playoff, and then his first playoff game, the Texans. Those are the ones I remember, at least.
At the end of the day, it's all subjective. That's why I just look at the overall number when we start talking about choke, good, bad, Dak, White Dak, stuff like that. I'm like, those are all kind of like just our personal perspectives, right? Because I'm sure I'm going to be more pro Josh, so I'm going to see him in a higher light. People that, aren't pro Josh are going to see him in a different light. But regardless of whatever scope you're looking at, when you look at total touchdowns and total turnovers, yeah, that's what I'm standing on. And you can't tell me one of them is better than that. That's just my energy.
Well, that's why I brought up even just my own little QB rankings there, because I'm more third party between the two, and I don't think Dak holds a candle to Josh Allen right now. I think he's Yeah, he's at least a whole tier or two below Josh Allen. I get what he's saying though. I get where he's coming from. I don't necessarily agree with the statement. No.
Josh won a playoff game again
Dak,
this year too, right?
Dak can't do what Allen did against Mahomes. When was that? The 13 seconds. Like,
AFC Championship game. Yeah, was that 3 years ago now. Is that 3 years?
Where he threw the 4 touchdowns, got the final touchdown to go up, 13 seconds left. Like I don't see Dak having a performance like that in the playoffs. I just don't.
No one said he was. But that's why when people have their, commentary, you just...
And Allen played good.
I acknowledge you, bro. Cool.
I'll give respect to Allen, too. Yeah. He played good yesterday.
I said, man, I tipped my cap.
Bash just got to make that field goal. End of the day.
Simple, bro.
Like, you just got to make that field goal. It's a tie game.
You leave all plays versus a team like that, you're going to be losing.
Now, again, who knows what Mahomes does in those final 2 minutes.
But either way, you can't allow it to come to that. When you're playing in the playoffs, if you want to win and continue to advance, you got to be buttoned up across the board. That's just the reality of it, baby. Such is life, man. Such is life.
Young Bills make it out of Arrowhead if they had fourth quarter Kenny instead of Choke Allen.
There it is. There it is. I like it, man. I like it. That's why, like I said, I just laugh and you just tip your cap. Because if that's the perspective, you just got you, bro.
I was thinking about Kenny a little bit.
Deke,
watching these playoff games.
You would take Kenny over Josh. We know that. All the Steelers Nation would take Kenny over Josh. We already know this. Don't play. I know you Young would. A lot of people would. Official Momentum would. A lot of people would. That's why I'm like, bro, I ain't tripping on it, man. Hey, the Steelers got one.
You know what?
All right, bro.
I'm gonna stick with my guy. I'm gonna stick with my guy because
you already know how we live, bro.
I'm gonna stick with my guy, but Kenny's not ranked higher than Josh Allen right now.
Hey, look.
It's
you got Kenny. Yeah, I roll with Kenny. I'll roll with Josh. Figure it out. All right. That's how y'all want to do it.
My predictions didn't play out as I planned this year. So like I said, I have Josh Allen in the top 4. Where's he at 3, 4? I don't know. But yeah, Kenny didn't finish the season where I thought he would. But I'll stick with Kenny. But we also got a Mason Rudolph coming back to
Heck yeah.
I think we can ride with whatever quarterback is going to be on our roster for 2024.
And that's what I'm saying as well. That's why I don't.
I legitimately do. Because if Kenny beats out Mason, I think good things are ahead.
They're capable, bro.
And if Mason continues to play like he did at the end of the season, I think good things are ahead.
Nah, they definitely capable. Like I said, I be trying not to have the energy of combative because I know you want to be a Bill spoke. It ain't no smoke, baby. Like I said, bro, just acknowledge what it is, man. But we ain't gotta compare because if we start comparing, that's gonna get weird. We ain't gotta do that.
No, I was thinking about Kenny though in some of these playoff games, and seeing how Jordan Love played.
Baker.
What other? Baker. He threw that pick at the end. My point is I think Kenny is good for those moments, those fourth quarter moments. I truly do. Now Baker and Love, they did have good games for the most part, but fourth quarter,
they're not
Kenny
in
how many times deliver.
They're not in the game without Baker from start to
finish. I'm not disagreeing with you. I would be intrigued to see Kenny in a playoff atmosphere. And for us to get into the playoffs next year, most likely Kenny will have to pick up his play, beats out Mason, all that.
And I would also say, based on how these postseasons,
I would be very intrigued.
He would definitely need to start faster. That's for certain, bro. You got to start fast.
No doubt about that. But
got to start fast.
The one thing we could say about Kenny is he turns it up in the fourth quarter. He'll deliver on those game-winning drives.
In the postseason, though, you might not get that chance, is what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, you can't.
Agreed. It's just a given that he would be starting faster and just be playing better next year to be in that scenario. That's
I see what you mean.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I was like, how do we just guarantee that happens? But it's just for the hypothetical. Sure.
Yeah. Because if he can play better, I think the thing that he has is that fourth quarter stuff, that fourth quarter, whatever you want to call it. He'll rise to the occasion.
So that's why I said you Young and everybody else. Yeah, man. There you go. I'm just going off what I've already seen. Josh already showed me this stuff, man. Start to finish.
I get it. Kenny's got to play.
This ain't directed to you. It's more.
Kenny's got to play better.
Yeah.
He's definitely got to play better. But assuming he does, saying he wins the competition, we get a better 2024 out of Kenny versus this last year.
Yeah,
I'd be really interested to see him in these playoff scenarios. Really interested.
Sure. Yeah, because I'm like, in terms of the Bills side, it's literally just you just stay healthy. You always got a chance.
Official Momentum Ambition Live at Craft House, February 2nd, 2024, 8 p.m.
Hey, that's coming up too.
Hashtag
Let's
Radio
go. That's coming up. That's coming up.
Yo Young, Buffalo forgot Bills was 2 seed. LMAO. He was talking about his last comment. He brought up Arrowhead. Something about like Josh Allen would have got out of Arrowhead.
Respect.
But he's saying instead of Arrowhead, he should have put Buffalo.
All good.
Was it home for the Bills?
Shout out though. Tay was there. Taylor Swift was in the building. Jason Kelce was in the building. Papa Mahomes was in the building. It was a good time, bro. Electric atmosphere, might I add, man. Electric. Like I said, it was great to see that game being played, bro. It was a dope situation, man. Yeah.
Let's go, UW. Great. Now I got to root for Baltimore. Thanks, Bills.
No, don't thanks, Bills. Y'all, this is a Steelers channel. We only care about Steelers. So nothing to do with Bills. Steelers. We left out on the table because we got beat by the Bills. So we opened up this door for Baltimore to potentially have Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl.
I think we
or
played,
Patrick Mahomes go out there and get another one. Yeah.
Well, I guess the game would have been played
in Baltimore.
Well, yeah, it would have been played last night though. I was going to say Saturday. I think we would have played Baltimore better than the Texans did on Saturday. But yeah, the Steeler game would have been on Sunday, last Sunday. I think we would have played Baltimore better. I truly do. Texans folded, man.
They got there, bro.
I agree. I'm just saying. I like Steelers. Thing, I like bro. Steelers versus Ravens versus how that Texans game played out.
Yeah, I'm like at the end we could all pick it. Oh man, if this matchup versus that, or if
it's Steelers. It's Steelers
like,
Ravens.
Yeah.
That has an effect on it too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Texans. Yeah, they really folded in the second half there.
Do you think we would have beat the Texans in a rematch?
I think we could have beat any team. I truly do. But I just think we would have given, no matter what, win or loss, we would have given the Ravens a better game than what the Texans did.
Gotcha.
Steelers, Ravens. Let's go UW. Oh, wait. I just read that one.
Should be AJ. Yeah. Hey, bro, it's a big chat. Hold on real quick, man. I just peeped this. Hold on.
Yeah, there is.
AJ Martinez also. Yeah, shout out to AJ. Jeez, I ain't even peeped that. My bad.
You want me to read that one?
Yes, please. Yeah. Let's knock that one off first. My bad on that.
He says, to my friends, family, and my children, Tony and Lexi, nephew, X-Man.
Shout out to X-Man.
My Steeler family, all you amazing goats in this chat, and 5-5 and Deke, much respect, love, and blessings to you. I'm truly blessed and love my life completely. Thank you all.
Man, that's what I love to hear, AJ. I'm happy, more important, that you love your life and that, you truly blessed. Respect you on that, man. I love my life too, and I'm blessed also. Even when it ain't the best situation, we still here. So it's a great day to be alive, baby. You better believe it, man. But no, I salute you on that, AJ. And shout out to, family and friends, man. And of course, Tony and Lexi. And can't forget X-Man as well, man. So definitely glad to hear that you rocking in, doing what you supposed to be doing today, all right? So we definitely appreciate you from the heart, though, man.
AJ Martinez, shout out T.O., the one guy always having my back. Best father my nephew could ask for, the brother of brothers, the guy of guys.
Respect.
Happy birthday to my brother, Mr. Matt Martinez, 47 years young. God bless.
Hey, man, happy birthday, Matt Martinez. Let's get it. I like that.
Fish Momentum's getting spicy here.
Hey, now.
It says QB1, Mason, ? Kenny, ? But then throw some hashtags in there. Hashtag Wilson, hashtag Kirk, hashtag Caleb, hashtag Dobbs. Not Dobbs.
Man, everybody knows Kenny is the guy. Kenny wins. Kenny's QB1.
That was a waste of the hashtag.
Yeah, man.
It's between Mason and Kenny. All those other guys, it's not happening.
And you got fourth quarter Kenny too, man. So that's the other part of it. You can't minimize that part. So yeah, you got that. You got Mason. Hopefully Mason be back. Wilson. Oh, you talking about Russell Wilson? I literally looked at Wilson. I was like, yo, who is Wilson? He talking Russ.
It could be Zach Wilson.
No, he ain't talking Zach, bro. Don't play. He ain't talking Zach. He got to be talking Russ. Would you want Zach? Cheap.
Oh, I don't want any of those guys.
Yeah,
I think,
like cheap,
I
very
think
talented.
the easiest solution, the easiest path for our quarterback situation is Mason Kenny competition. I think it's the best way to go about it.
No, it is. Unless, like I said, Omar wants to be more aggressive, spend on something bigger, but
unless you're trading for Herbert, and that's not going to happen because whatever coach is going to LA is going to want Herbert as their quarterback. They're not signing up for the LA job without Herbert being there.
Yeah, like I said, I think we look at them Cousins and Garoppolos and that vein. If we talking about the,
I don't want to spend the money for those guys, to be honest.
What about a Tannehill? What's your thoughts on him?
No,
because potentially you get a regime change. He's definitely cheaper than Cousins and Garoppolo. Mobile, still productive this season.
If we don't bring Mason back, I think he could be the backup. I'd be fine with that.
If Kenny beats Tannehill out, man, we are in a great position.
Yeah, I think that's the type
he
of
would
dude
definitely,
you bring in if you don't,
but I don't think that's
Mason.
a foregone conclusion, though, bro. Like,
What?
Kenny just beating out Tannehill, man. Like, that's gonna test Kenny. That would push him to his limit, and we're gonna see if he can overcome that. But Tannehill's a dope player, bro. Like, I get it, he ain't elite, but it's like, bro, he done accomplished a lot at this level.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good guy to bring in.
Man.
Compete with Kenny. Be the backup.
Like I said, if Kenny beats him out, it's a great scenario.
Push Momentum. Ambition live at Rivers Casino, February 23rd, 2024. So he's
he back to back then.
February.
Yeah, because the other one was 22nd, right? Oh, no, that was the second. Gotcha.
It was the second, yeah.
Yeah.
Push Momentum. Dad's B-Day yesterday was great. Hashtag Mr. Jack.
Let's
Mary
go.
Myers Jr.
I respect you on that, man, and definitely thinking of you too, man. Absolutely.
Germ824. Bills fans shouldn't have been wiping their dirty bums with our terrible towel. The curse is undefeated.
The curse is for players, bro. I get it, though. I definitely get it. Because that's the case. You know, Baltimore, they do it every single time we play them, man. But, yeah, all good, baby. All good.
Let's get you dubs. So as good as Benton has been last year, how do you evaluate the interior defensive line going forward? Cam is aging, and Lario has been disappointing for what he was paid. Do you think they take a guy early in the draft?
A couple things to undress with that. Did you see where Cam said he's coming back, or he said he's not retiring?
Yeah, which is the part of his comment that I did like, but there was another part of his comment that I didn't like.
What was that?
He's like, I'm not taking a pay cut. Like, screw everyone that's...
If you asked me for a pay cut, I said, oh, Cam. Cam.
You need to take a pay cut.
I love it.
You need to take a pay cut. You absolutely do. Because cutting you's on the table then. I'm sorry. I think...
You know, that's my brother. I said, Cam, I said, ooh, I love your energy. I love what you are standing for.
He shouldn't have made that
comment. When you say that out publicly,
he shouldn't have made that comment.
That is dangerous. That is dangerous.
He should cancel his podcast now.
Yes.
Because usually he doesn't say anything hard on his
I was like, that is dangerous.
Shows, but something like that.
It's time to cancel the podcast. A big difference between I know my worth. It's a big difference between, man, I'm going to make sure that I'm fairly compensated versus, hey, man, if y'all even thinking about a pay cut, screw y'all, all right? You like, dog, you not off. You know player to player. I'm going to tell you, get your bag, bro, and don't give any of it back. But at the same time, I think we also have to have the conversation of, okay, do you want to continue to play in Pittsburgh or not? Because obviously, just because of salary cap and, you know, where he's at age-wise, production-wise, those are the conversations that happen. He understands that. He's not new to that. So that's going to naturally play its course. But I do think it's going to be one of them conversations where, yeah, they either going to approach him with that in mind, and depending on how he responds could be the difference of, you know, just how longer he's here in Pittsburgh versus having to go play somewhere else. We've talked about other guys that have played elsewhere, and I've already said, if Cam is open to playing for other teams, man, he could very well go play another 3 years in this thing, man. But in terms of him trying to get compensated the way he's getting compensated right now, staying here going forward, I think that could become a little bit of a conversation, man.
It just doesn't make sense to be.
He's older. He's coming off of an injury. He had the surgery this year.
His cap hit's going to be like 20 plus million. It just doesn't make sense.
High.
I think that's going to be the second or third highest cap hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then when you also look at Larry Ogunjobi's contract and also his production, now you start looking at both of these players and their contracts, and you're just like, man, do we need to revamp? We're looking at Keanu Benton. Young player came in and really balled out to the point where he was getting snaps off of Cam in the wild card game. So you already could see certain things starting to pop up, but it's just like, yeah, I think he's gonna have to come down off of that stance in order for this to keep going in terms of Steelers and Cam, just because of all the things we kind of just discussed right there. But I would all for my dog just get as much money as he can get. But I don't think that works out the best here.
So Larry, if we cut him right now, it'd be $7 million in dead cap.
Yeah.
But it'd be a $6 million cap savings.
Yeah.
Interesting. He's a $13 million cap hit.
And what's Cam
right now?
Do we get his official? Because Larry, you got a couple of things. You could either talk extend, you can talk restructure. You got some playroom with it. Depending on also, if you do the restructure, then you're probably thinking of, man, one more
Cam's
year and that's it.
$22.4 million cap hit.
How many?
Only $6 million on the dead cap. So that'd be
bro,
$16 million in
16,
savings.
bro. Saving the 16 and based on the availability and the production,
free agent next
age.
Year.
Yeah, that kind of goes. And that's the part where I'm like, I get his
stance. It's just a bold call to make.
Yeah, I get his stance because as players, man, that's one of the things that we get preached early on, knowing your worth, standing on it, because obviously we know fans are the first ones to tell us when we're underperforming and we need to give up money, or if we're balling out and it's like, yeah, we want to get more money. They're like, nah, man, you signed your contract. You got to stay loyal to it. So that's a big part of it. We get that preached into our head, man. If you sign that contract, bro, that's your contract. Don't give nothing back, period. But at the same time, I think in this situation, when you're talking about a marriage that's been going on for 10 plus years with Steelers and Cam, and I don't think Cam wants to go play elsewhere, but right. I don't know if his mindset is, I will go play somewhere else. Where kind of like when we talked 7, right? It was like 7 could still go play, but clearly 7 is like, yo, I'm good just being here. Depending on Cam's mindset, because Cam is one of them lifers, right? This is all he's known. So he could take the same approach of, we'll bump it. Then I'd rather retire, and that's that. Or I'll take the pay cut. That's that.
Pay cut, restructure, whatever.
You know what I mean? Just something along those lines.
Because you got to drop. $22 million's insane.
You can't have $16 million worth of available moves with you, and you're the big difference of that 16 being production and bro. Let's be real. 16,
dude, we could sign Patrick Queen.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. $16 million, you go get a lot of stuff with that, bro. And it's younger, more productive this stage.
Cut him and Ogunjobi. Yeah. You
come on,
guaranteed bro. Patrick Queen.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like we don't want it to get to that. And like I said, I even hate that we even having this combo because this is my dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want him
like
back.
This is my dude.
I thought that was
bro.
just going to be a given going into this offseason.
I did too. It's just when he said it. It's because he said it. That's what changed the narrative. Him simply saying,
he wants
I'm
back.
not changing
They're
it.
They're going to figure something out with his contract, bump it down a little bit, get the cap hit so it makes sense. But, to him being that defiant with that comment.
And Chris B, I get what you're saying in the sense that, he feel like he has to say that, so he's not announcing he'll take a pay cut, but there's a different way to go about communicating that. You can communicate, I know my worth, and I'm going to make sure that I'm fairly compensated is very different than I'm not willing to take a pay cut. Not willing to take a pay cut sounds more like an ultimatum. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not going to take a pay cut. Okay, well, which would I rather do? Pay you, the $22 million cap hit, and now I got $16 million that I could have went and got another viable option or something that is younger and even potentially more productive than you right now. When you make that statement, you kind of don't leave yourself any of that negotiation. You don't give yourself that wiggle room. So that's why we're saying, man, we can only take him for his word. So I'm not about to say, he's just saying it just to say it, because I do think there's some validity to this statement. But I do feel like, man, that's one of the ones where it's like when you start putting that publicly out there, it's just a strong way to start a negotiation off. That doesn't sound like, we about to be friendly with this talk. That doesn't sound like we about to really come to some type of agreement. It's like you already got your feet dug in the sand over here before we even start talking. Before I can even say, hey, man, what if I extend you, bro? So now instead of being a $16 million cap hit, maybe I can get this thing down to like 7, 8. All right. Even though we know in a year or two, man, we're going to have to have you bounce. All right. We're already on the same page. But at least let's talk this right now.
We'll take the dead cap hit done.
But when you make that statement, you kind of is like, I'm not even interested in anything where my number is not this number. If I'm not getting paid this, I don't even want to talk about it. It's like, bro, you can't go that far with it, man. That's all. So, Chris, you're not wrong, but the way that you communicated in these negotiations, just from experience, does matter. And it goes from both sides, whether it's you, your player, the player with the agent communicating to the team, or even the team communicating back. That dynamic, that dialogue, man, you just don't want to be so rigid and, just my side. It's like, bro, it's going to be a middle ground that they both going to meet into, man.
Yeah, because it's not all your decision on whether or not you get a pay cut or just how your contract gets worked out here. Because if you want to take that hard of a stance, the Steelers can take a really hard stance and say, we're just going to cut you.
And theirs is way more justified also based on everything that's took place. Now, I get it for Cam. He's going to say, man, I came back from a surgery early. I came back and busted my tail for you guys. I might even jeopardize long-term some stuff just because of how fast I came back. But either way, that's a part of the agreement sometimes, man. And you can't do that and then turn around and be like, well, hey, since I did that, you can make it on the back end. It's like, it ain't how it always works, But this is also where you get the negotiations of how it can get sour at times when you start saying, man, I didn't sacrifice my body, my time, I'm doing all this other stuff. And now you hollering about a $16 million that you could save by just moving on from me after I didn't give you all that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I get it.
But even if he didn't come back this year, I think we'd still be in the same spot.
I would agree with you as well.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but this is what happens, man. When you start signing them contracts later on, it's very tough to get to the back end when you start, getting to this age, man, because you got to deal with your health. You got to deal with your production. You got to deal with the other talent around you. You got to deal with where your team is at, man. It's a lot that goes into this thing. And then you fighting the demons of yourself. Man, every time Cam comes out there, he is fighting against the all-pro version of himself that we all remember of him. So if he looks anything less than all-pro, we deem that bad version. We deem that less than, losing a step. But it's like all-pro is great. That means you're one of the top 2 players at your position in the league. But now that he's come off of that zone, where there's entry, age, combination, when you start factoring all that in and we're looking, now is where it gets, I call it weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
AJ Martinez, shout out to Miss Felicia agreeing to dinner with yours truly.
Let's
AJ.
go.
In case
Let's
you forgot
go.
me at AJ Martinez. Let's go.
Talk to that man. Let's go, AJ. Salute you, player, popcorn player one time. Be a gentleman, though. All right. And remember, chivalry is not dead. All right. I'm old school. Hopefully, you could get old school with it. Open that door. Car door. Open up the door. Restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're a gentleman. Y'all go sit down. All right. Do all the cool stuff. You know how I go, AJ. All right. And Deke said, at least offer to pay.
Right? Oh, you pay.
Yeah.
Pay. There's no offering. Yeah. You just pay.
Don't hit it with I forgot the wallet.
No, you pay.
You heard what Deke said, man.
Absolutely, you pay.
You know I'm team pay. I'm team chivalry. I'm team, man. If you take it out, you take it out. All right? That's somebody's daughter. I remember that, man.
Let's go, UW. So with the nickel slot cornerback being a concern, would you consider bringing back Mike Hilton? Or would you draft a guy like Chris Abrams-Drain?
All right, so I got to check on Chris Abrams-Drain.
Yeah, I have no clue who that is.
I'm still catching up to Kool-Aid. There's a cat named Kool-Aid coming out in the draft.
McKinstry.
Yeah, man. I'm like, bro, I love his name.
I knew about him from 2 years ago when Bama played LSU. I was like,
I love the name. Kool-Aid. Yeah.
This is awesome. This would be awesome to get this guy on the Steelers.
Yep. Anytime you get one of them cool names, I'm like, yo, shout out to that, man. So, but I will definitely get caught up on Chris Abrams since it is offseason now, baby. I got more time on my hands now, Deke. It was weird this weekend having just a Saturday, Sunday. I was like, yo, I just feels a little extra time space, man. Yeah. So now I'm going to have a lot more time. So definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, man, we will tap into Chris Abrams, man, and I'll learn about him. But Mike Hilton, I'm always down for Money Mike to come back, even though he has been with the Bengals, and he be liking them too. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm always down for Mike to come back. Another one, I don't know if we would ever do it again. That probably wouldn't work. But, bro, the way Mylett be playing, I'm like, bro, we had one right there. Boy, that's got to be over there in Baltimore cooking. That could be over here.
Desmond King, too.
Cooking. Yeah. I'm just over here like, bro, all these
Steven
little
Nelson
options, all these little
played good for the Texans this year.
All them, I'm like, yo, yeah, dang, all these little ones right there.
Steven Sims just returned a punt in the play. No,
that was a kick.
No, that was a punt.
That was a punt to the crib, right?
Yeah.
He looked fast, too. As soon as he did, I was like, wife. I was like, that's Steven. I was like, yeah. Yeah, bro.
Sims was a guy Kenny could rely on in the receiving game, too.
No, he definitely was, man.
He wasn't
definitely
like
was.
that prolific or anything, but Sims made some good catches for us last year, or in 2022.
So clearly we're finding the right talent. We just, I don't know, the situations just ain't working. The timing isn't working right. We ain't keeping them.
Dotson.
All them dudes was in here. Yeah, all them dudes was in here. All of them. How you feel about Sutton?
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly a downgrade getting rid of him and bringing in Pat P. Clearly a downgrade. Didn't think it would be that bad. In fact, I thought, there could have been argument Pat P. Maybe it was an upgrade, or at least could be equal at less of the price.
This is accurate, bro.
Yeah, bad call. I mean, I don't know what we were offering Cam, but probably would have been worth it to give him a couple extra million.
Like, I don't know if we would have got up to the number that Detroit did, because Detroit
11.
ended up doing was it 11? I thought it was 12. I think it was up. Yeah,
11 or 12.
Yeah.
Pat P was around 7. I mean, I thought getting Cam back for Sutton back for 7 would have been fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we had to go to double digits, and right now I wish we would have went to double digits.
No, we're gonna find something, a little bit more. We'll find something. We got some options.
Having him and JPJ.
We got some options, man.
Corey Trice on the back burner.
Hey, look, man. In worst case, if you need a tough as nails, dude that's been doing it, starter experience, kind of inexpensive right now, local connection, pit ties. Just got a corner Dane Jackson. He might be available to come back to the crib. Just throwing it out there, bro.
As our CB2.
No, just in the mix, man. Kind of like the Levi, like how Levi came here. Think Levi first year. When, he ain't your main dude, but he's still going to come in here and give you some production, and you're going to feel good about him. Tough dude. Yeah,
he
smart
was
player.
He was our CB2's first year, though. He was like...
Yeah, because of injuries, he's had to play so much more. So he's grown and developed a ton. But it's like, that's another one you just want in your mix like that, bro. It's a high-end piece for you, man. Can help you out. Now, that's only if it leaves up there, because I don't want to leave up there. But I'm like, it has to pick connection. And it's local,
sign
too.
him and still draft together.
No, like absolutely, yeah. Because you're bringing Corey Trice back, but Corey Trice coming from an ACL, bro. So it's just like, we don't know what that is going to look like, man.
Yeah, the Trice stuff doesn't determine from drafting.
We don't know what this is going to look like. So that's why I'm like, bro, I would bring in Dane in free agency. I don't think that's going to cost too crazy, almost like the Milet situation, or even to an extent. It's not expensive as Shannon Sullivan that we brought in. It wouldn't even be to that extent. But I think you're still going to get a high-quality player that just helps you win. A glue dude that can outside corner, inside corner. Could bomb back and play some safety. Give you some teams. Yeah. Tough dude. You know what I mean? Like them type of cats. That's what you want to have. If you don't have... You obviously want your superstar. You got your JPJ already. You still going to draft something potentially. But you want another piece because as we seen, bro, injuries happen. And it ain't no worse feeling then when that injury and it's another one, now you like, bro, where are we turning to? You could never have enough of them type of players, man.
AJ Martinez, KC owns Buffalo. New England owns us. It needs to stop. It's in their heads.
Yeah, man. Just take it one game at a time. And it's a reason why those teams are viewed how they're viewed, because typically or traditionally they've shown more consistency in those moments of just being able to execute better. That's why they are who they are. It's not that they always have the best players out there, because we would agree. I think our wide receiver corps was way better than the Chiefs wide receiver corps in terms of Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. Shoot, even Calvin Austin versus, the group that they had. But when you playing with a dude like Mahomes, you got to do like Kelsey, who've been there and done it numerous times. It just shows very similar when we would talk Brady and Gronk. It's like, yo, we know the receivers could go from Chris Hogan to Julian Edelman to Randy Moss. But the constant is you got this quarterback, you got this tight end that have clearly done this a lot. And the moment is never too big for them. And that's a reality, man. It ain't something that, you find shame in. It's just you acknowledge it. And now you say, okay, how do you grow from that? That's the part in this thing.
Google East. Sorry about your Bills, Moats. Hashtag Cancun on 3.
All right. Like I said, as long as you was down there enjoying the game, that's all that matters, baby. You feel me? That's all that matters.
AJ Martinez gifted 20 Moats membership.
Shout out to AJ Martinez. Absolute rock star of life. Greatly appreciate you, by the way.
I will do my best to try to read these off.
I was about to say a whole 20
Juice,
piece.
Jamie Carlo, Steel King Nate, President Nitty, Zach 4499, Other Jacob, hashtag Pick a Fence, The Bloody Nine, Joseph Donovan, Corey Hewins, Tyler Minnick, Will Roderick, Joker, Country Malik 48, Jay Flame, Richie Cortez, Lifted Ones, Apex City 412, Mohammed Dafala, Doobie Mills, and Mark Malone.
Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to you once again, AJ Martinez, complete rock star at Life Paying in Full. We are grateful for you. And everybody else, hit that like button one time for AJ Martinez support. And of course, subscribe if you have not done so just yet. We making some noise. We keeping the movement going, baby. So we appreciate each and every one of y'all with us, man.
Q, hey, Moats, check out cornerback Kamari Lassiter from Georgia. He isn't a super athlete, but he is fundamentally sound. Would be a great addition to the cornerback room.
I like it. I'm documenting. I'm putting in my notes. Let's go. Absolutely, man. Because like I said, this is offseason time, baby. We got time.
Chris, Moats, I dare you to say go Bills Mafia on Steelers.com live show.
Why would I do that? That'd be like when I'm on, Bills Live and be like, hey, here we go Steelers. Like, nah, you don't do that.
That would be cool.
It's all about respect. It's a respect day, baby. And I don't take my position lightly. All right, so no, I'm not about to go over there and say that. I ain't about to come over here and say that, baby. Respect, man. Respect.
Brett Fox, super late, but my condolences, Agent 52/57. Salute Deke in the chat. JK Moats. Big salute. Pause. To you for all the great content. Hashtag Mr. 214.
Shout out to the homie Brett Fox, man. Hey, bro, I'm just over here vibing out, man. Yeah, it's been a crazy 2 weeks, man. First, my Steelers got it, headshot, bang. Then, following week, Bills, bang. Definitely sucks, man. It's been a rough week, man. Had my black and gold. And then that same stumping foot, missed one. It's one of them ones, man. But what can you do, man? What can you do? Just all season time, baby.
AJ Martinez, Felicia, thank you for being you. Much love and respect. Blessings for you always.
Shout out to Felicia and AJ, man. I'm happy to hear that, bro. I like that a lot, man. I'm real appreciative of y'all dynamic. And I'm liking the fact that AJ is showing, good energy towards it. You never know. Be good, guys.
Gondason 07, formally welcoming Bills Mafia to the upper couch.
Hey, now.
Yes, indeed. Snacks and beer
Hey,
provided.
now.
Bring your own bud. Prepare to hopefully smoke that Mahomes pack. Hashtag Sabotage52.
Listen, man, it's all love. I love it. I ain't partaking in the Mahomes or the Lamar Jackson pack until I get that head on my mantle. You feel me? Josh got a lot of heads on his mantle. I ain't got that one just yet, so I just gonna leave that alone. I don't want that pack unless we spoke it. Now I'm hoping that next year Mason, Kitty, or whoever else is, maybe they can get that mantle. But whoever it is, I can't smoke that pack until they head up on the shelf, man.
Your boy Dev, Tomlin says we don't care how you got here. Why people hating on your Bills gear? However you got here, you're still stealing. You be cool how you be cool.
Shout out to your boy Dev. No, man, respect. Hey, it's one of the things, man. I do understand, man. As fans, the passion is real. And as fans, because that's all you've known, right? Or that's all you're invested in. I get it 1,000%. It's a difference for me, man, as a player, especially more importantly, Bills and Steelers. As you know, I don't really do the whole Cardinals thing because I wasn't out there like that. But I'm literally in both of these cities, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, 4 years apiece, and they both were very impactful. Man, I got kids born in both cities. Has a lot of success in both cities too, a lot of fun in both cities too, man. Shout out to both parts. But yeah, man, so that's why I rock with both on the way that I do. But obviously we keep it Steelers because that's what we're doing over here, man. But it is what it is. For the ones that understand it, appreciate you. For the ones that don't, appreciate y'all as well. Deke, I will say this though, bro. I was out tubing this weekend, bro. First time tubing in my life, man. Had no experience what to do, what to wear. But people were getting on me and my family. This YouTube community was getting on me and my family. I thought I could post a casual picture of me and the fam.
Okay.
Just on the community page, nothing crazy, just showing a good time. mommy, daddy, son, daughters, tubing. If you could have just seen the commentary, Deke. Oh my
About
goodness. What? They were a little upset because I'm from the South, so I don't have a lot of snow gear. Now, I happen to have some gloves because my hands were really cold. Shout out to my oldest, KK. She had bought me these big Steeler gloves, 2014, like the snowboarding kind. It was perfect for tubing. I had no clue. Problem was, I didn't have any hats. And, my middle girl, she was born in Buffalo. So she's like, Dad, I got my Bills hat. Do you want a hat? And she just happened to have another Bills hat. So I put the Bills hat on for the picture. I got the gloves showing the Shea Steelers. I got just a little small Bills hat, bro. Nothing crazy. You would have thought that I had a whole Bills outfit on, bro. Oh, my gosh. The way that I was attacked, Deke, it just hurt me.
I didn't see the hat. I don't know
just
what the hat is.
Hurt me.
You're saying
Deke.
It's a small one.
It was a suit. It was nothing crazy. It was just a little, you know what I mean? But absolutely insane. I'm just like, bro.
Talking about like a beanie?
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, bro.
Wait, you got a lot of beanies.
It was no. Not at the moment. I ain't had that. At the moment.
What do you mean?
I ain't had it at the moment. I was already outside. It was at the moment.
You were just wearing one.
It was already at
last
the tube,
week.
bro.
The Steeler military.
I had
one.
left it, bro. I told you it was out tubing. It was one activity. So I ain't had nothing. So my daughter had the extra bill, so I just put it on.
So you didn't plan on going tubing?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So you guys were already out.
And they was upset about my hat. They was coming at me. He's like, yo, man, who dressed like that? That's crazy. Da 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 da. You ops. I was like, yo, I'm what are we there now? Like, it was nuts, bro. It really, I just wasn't expecting it. That's what it was. I wasn't expecting it. Caught me off guard. Yeah. It wasn't my fault. I just didn't have another hat. That's all I had was the Bills hat. It was an accident. I still say it. That's still a glove, though.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe
They tried to say it was strategic. They like, oh, you want to
Yeah.
put the Bills hat up top, Steelers gloves down bottom. Like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, bro, it was an accident that, like, whoops.
I find it hard to believe.
Come
It's an
on,
accident.
man. You know it was an accident, bro. You know it was an accident, bro. And this baby girl was like, Dad. She was like, here you go. It's like, for me? And then we did the DeMar 3 or the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift heart. I don't know how he took over the little heart thing. I don't know if was that a DeMar or was that for Tay-Tay? I don't know.
That was definitely for Taylor Swift.
I thought it was for DeMar. I was like, oh, he's doing it for DeMar. This is nice. It might have been for Taylor, though. It could have been for Taylor, bro.
Well, if it was for DeMar, I think many more people on this fine Monday would be in more of an outrage. I mean, or an outrage.
This was like love.
That would be a big topic
It was
of
for
conversation.
love. It was like, yo, love y'all guys. Shout out to DeMar.
Did Travis
it was
Kelce
love.
go too far?
He was like, yo, I'm tired of y'all talking about DeMar not playing in these games. Comeback player of the year. Love. So it was love, bro. Mm-hmm.
Joshua Blanchett Jr. Should we look to bring in an established offense coordinator, someone who's had success as a positional coach? LA Rams, Zach Robinson, ?
Yeah.
Eric Bieniemy, ? Love the vibes.
No, salute you, Josh, man. We definitely appreciate you. We said with Robinson, he might have been on. We was talking about that earlier too. But yeah, with Robinson, we want to say he's been requested at least for an interview. So that's the intriguing part. Eric Bieniemy, I hope that we at least put a filler out there for him. I don't think it hurts anything.
No, I think he checks every box that Tomlin talked about.
Yeah, like I get it. He's going to want, a potential head coaching opportunity, and I'm sure he's going to make those more of a priority for himself. But nobody thought that he was just going to go from Kansas City as coordinator to go to Washington to be coordinator either until it happened. So, yeah, man, I'm all for, reaching out to him, seeing if he can come at least for an interview, man, see what the dynamic is like.
Interview a lot of guys.
Heck yeah, man. I don't think, you got to put like a small net on this thing. I think you can have a little, man, go big fish, regular fish, up and coming fish. Like,
yep.
Go across the board with it, man.
D'Andre Zell, do we bring back TA or do we look for a new DC?
Me personally, I was fine with T. I thought that he did a really good job, especially when you start talking about the midway to the back half of the season, based on the amount of injuries we had. Then obviously throw in the KZ suspension as well. This defense still was keeping us in a ton of games. And even in the end of this game, when Mason took over, the defense still was playing very valiantly. Also, when you think about some of these opportunities and some of the way that they perform, but the injuries were more so the overarching takeaway for me. I thought that, that's one of the ones where you can't account for, guys getting hurt. But at the same time, it's like, to what extent are we about to actually say, all right, when you're down to your fourth and fifth safeties and linebackers and then sometimes corners, it's like, all right, we do, at least from my perspective, I do give him a little bit more grace with that. So that's why I'm fine with bringing TA back. And like I said, I didn't think the defense was the issue like that this year outside of health stuff. I thought more so offense. We just had, stuff was working through. But that's kind of how I feel about it. What's your thoughts on him, though, man?
Yeah, I'd be fine with bringing him back. I got no problem with him. I think what hurt our defense more than anything was injuries. I thought we made some good adjustments in second half of games throughout the season.
Yeah.
There were some bad defensive performances. There were some bad games like 49ers, like Texans.
And the Texans,
Colts game was just egregious
say,
all around.
And let's start, too, man, because when you talk Niners, that was what the opener, right? So right off the dribble, shocked all of us, right? I would agree. Texans, I wasn't the most fond of. I thought that kind of got
started off pretty slow.
It's third quarter when it got bad.
And then they finished it. They put like the stamp on the game. Yeah, it was just bad.
Yep. Because, I never forget that like last touchdown. It just felt like
Pat P getting cooked.
Yeah, it just felt like, dang, bro, they put the exclamation point on this one. Yeah, I with you on that. What was the other one?
Cardinals was a bad one too. Yeah. But we also lost to Landon Roberts mid-game, and that was when we also already had Holcomb and Quan out for the season.
And that was also Kyler Murray coming back playing a lot better than what we had been seeing.
Kenny got hurt midway through it too.
But at the same time, I can understand a lot of this could sound like excuses also. So, like I said, we get it. It goes hand in hand. I would just say as a whole, though, his performance throughout 17 or 18 games, because we obviously had the postseason, I think that he did.
I think those four really bad games were the biggest mishap for the defense. Because even in some of our losses, the defense kept us in it.
Yeah, that was like my whole energy. I'm like, I felt like
some
they
of our
did
other
more
losses,
of like
at least.
They definitely had to do more of the heavy lifting, and I thought as a whole they were able to do that the majority of the time.
Boomman 318. They picking on you, Moats? LOL. Josh is good to watch. Hard one is against you, though, but that was a good game. Top 3 QB, of course.
Nah, respect it. Yeah, man, it's one of the ones where it's like you watching it, you're like, yeah, I am enjoying this a lot more that is not against the Steelers. That's how it is, man. But, yeah, when you get them type of quarterbacks going at it back and forth, you just live for the moments. And I also thought, man, we criticized officiating a lot. I thought officials were good this game.
Yeah,
I don't know if everybody agrees with it. I don't never be knowing, like, the officiating temperature. I always feel like if your team loses, that it's like you got to go crucify the refs. But I thought the refs was fine.
No. I didn't think there was anything egregious going on.
Okay, I was like, yeah, I thought it was a good, man.
I guess there could be an argument on that. Which call was it? It was when the Chiefs had the ball. Mahomes passed it across the middle, and there was a bump by the Bills linebacker on the receiver.
End, yeah.
And the ref, I don't even know how this is a rule. The ref was saying if the ball's still in his hand, this is completely legal. But if the ball's getting released,
in the air, then it's pass interference. Yeah.
How's it legal?
Because you're within 5 yards. So think about this: within 5 yards, you could reroute, you could jam. Once the ball's in the air, any contact is pass interference.
We sure that was within 5 yards? I thought that was like 10 yards down the field. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was watching it differently.
No, it was in 5, and then they also showed like on the replay, technically the contact was before the ball was released, but. I mean, bro, it's a game. You know what I mean? Like,
you could argue, was the contact still there as it's like getting released off of his fingertips? I think that would have been the conversation. But I think that was the only controversial call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like, I thought
the Chiefs went
touchback was a touchback.
The Chiefs went 3 and out on the next set of downs anyway.
How'd you feel about the touchback call?
That's the rule.
That's what I was saying. I saw people like started to trip on that.
Yeah, it was a clear fumble, so that's the rule.
No,
you live with it. It is what it is. Now, should that rule be changed? I don't know.
No.
I feel like you should be punished for fumbling in the end zone.
It's part of it. It's kind of like when you get tackled in the end zone on offense, you get a safety, and you get the ball right back, or the defense gets the ball as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of like you're punishing them for making that mistake in their end zone.
Should you still retain possession, though? It's just you get bumped back automatically to the 25 or 30. Should it still be change of possession, but maybe they don't get it at the 20, they get it at like the 10 or something? I don't know.
And then wish it down in distance.
I think it is a little extreme, but I still think you should be punished for fumbling in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
And that's just so happens to be the rule right now.
Yeah,
I don't think there was any controversy there. No.
Man,
I mean, there was a fumble early on with James Cook, right? It was in the first quarter. But I think he was down.
But the Bills have recovered anyways. So, yeah.
I didn't think the refs were that bad. Yeah, you're right.
Man, that's what I said. I was like, man, we criticize him, or people criticize him a lot. It's like, bro, can we get him some love too on the cable?
No,
Like I thought
we
they
don't
get no love. All right, respect. I just ain't know, because I was like, that was like the heavy talk last week was ref. I'm like, are we gonna referee today? I thought they were straight, bro.
And Zito, I think our OC opening is more attractive than the others because of everything that comes with our team and how we're in need of innovation offensively.
I mean, that's definitely a perspective to have.
And if Tomlin gets the extension and stuff too, I think that'll make it more
longevity
attractive.
with it.
Yeah. Like it's not going to be a 1 year thing. I think you'd at least get 2 years. Because if things aren't working out for the offense, I think they're going to point to the quarterback then for this upcoming season. And you're going to get another chance with a different quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, if it doesn't work with you and the different quarterback, then you're gone. But I think they're going to get a little bit of a leash.
At least you hope
with these extension talks.
Yeah, because if it's not an extension, you're like, I ain't coming back for that. Take that 1-1, and then it be, we're going to blow it all up. Absolutely not. Don't set me up like that.
I think the attractive part of it, though, is it is like a offense. It is a program that is in need of innovation. Yeah. And if things do change, the offense is really good next year, you're going to get a lot of credit.
Yeah, and you have a defensive-minded coach, so he's not going to be in
and
the
it's the
kitchen.
Steelers. Like, we're one of the premier franchises in the league, so it's a little bit more high profile.
Yeah, but it's like, man, you go over here, you don't have to worry about a offensive-minded coach being in everything that you're doing, and then also taking the credit whenever you have success. That's part of the TA issue, right?
Look at the Texans. That Slowick dude's getting all the credit for Stroud because they got D'Amico Ryans.
Very true.
Now, again, I still think he needs another year as OC with the Texans because that playoff performance was pitiful by him. Jamel Smith, would y'all consider drafting a middle linebacker this draft? Absolutely.
Yeah, inside linebacker is definitely on the table, man, whether it's in the draft or if we got to go free agency to address that position. But I definitely think you need to get younger there. Yeah, I mean, you can't have enough of them dudes as we clearly saw this year, but we got some, contract stuff, man, whether we're talking Holcomb, Atlanta Roberts, Quan Alexander, whether we're talking bringing them back. For Quan, obviously, he's unrestricted. Cole, I believe he has a year left. I got to see what E-Rob has left on his.
You know what? Cole's got 2.
Yes,
we signed him for 3.
Good call.
Yeah.
He was the 3. Was Atlanta the 2 year then?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think
and then
so. I want to land him
was
back,
the 1.
no matter what. I just want him back.
Me too, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Also, I need to know where Cole is recovery-wise because he's also going to be coming back from a knee, bro. So you're probably not going to see that in OTAs. It probably won't be closer to training camp. Maybe preseason time frame. That's all because he tore it in season.
Just a bummer.
Yeah. So you think he coming back from an ACL, whatever else he did. You got Quan coming back from Achilles. So regardless, you're going to have to get something in.
You have
man.
to.
Yeah.
Free agency
you got to get
or
something
draft,
here.
or probably both.
Otherwise, you're in the same position with Mark Robinson, Michael Walker. If Jalen Smith would have returned, if Blake Martinez would have returned, you see what I'm saying?
Miles Jack.
Miles Jack company, they would have returned. Like, that's just a different space where we trying to go. Those were more.
That's the definition of insanity.
Yeah, that was, we are in a crisis and we just got to get bodies in here.
Yeah, I'm not mad about how it played out.
Yeah.
We did what we had to do, but going into 2024, we can't run it back with those guys. I think that's one of the most obvious things.
Yep. So, we're on the same page, man.
Patrick Queen, my top target in free agency.
Oh, I'm a Patrick Queen dude.
Hopefully it happens. Red, Steeler fans trying to pick on the Bills like WTF. Unless we got Prime Ben walking into this team, you guys are embarrassing yourself.
No, Red, don't do that. Just let them have fun. Let Steelers, they should get it off their chest, man. They smoking all the packs they would have smoked on, man. Just let them have it. Let them have it. All right, they said welcome to Cancun, all that other stuff. You just let them have it. You just let them have it, man. Because otherwise, they go confuse it and think that you a Bills fan and you're like the Steelers. So, you don't want to defend the Bills too much, all right? We just nod our head, be like, yep, all good, bro. All good. I ain't going to ask how you got there, but we gonna come and join you. Yep, all good. Just leave it alone.
Richard Arbizo, who would be each of your favorite offensive coordinator candidates? I like that question.
Yeah, I'll tell you, for me right now, I like Joe Brady, who's the interim OC in Buffalo. If he becomes available for any reason, I like him a lot.
My top coordinator candidate. I mean, I've thrown names out there, but who's my top guy?
Who's your guy? Who are you pounding the table for, bro?
I'm open-minded. I don't really know if I have a guy right now.
I'm very open.
I like the thought of the Zach Robinson guy right now. Kingsbury was intriguing.
Who's your guy? Is it Bieniemy? Is it Leftwich? Is it Ben Johnson?
No, I think Ben Johnson's head coach.
I would agree.
I don't think we got a chance at him.
It's weird, too. I think he definitely is going to end up as a head coach, whereas we thought Bieniemy, similar concept, but ended up as an OC.
Yeah. Huh.
Ooh, Pep Hamilton. Shout out to you, Noriega. That's a dope name. I like Pep.
The 49ers guy right now is, what's his name? Kubiak.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy I keep bringing up.
Yeah.
I don't know much about him. I just know he's Kubiak and he's under the Shanahan tree.
Yeah. I mean, those are two positives right there, bro. What you talking about? Pedigree, and you in the lineage.
It's just, we're being asked who's your top guy. Like, that's a definitive
And that's
stance.
why, for me,
I don't have one still.
I was like, I could at least, I kind of took a cop-out answer. I ain't even going to lie. That's a cop-out what I went with. But it's kind of accurate, though. But that's my cop-out. So, yeah.
I brought up Whipple before.
Yeah, you did. Pick your name. I didn't pick mine. You got to pick one.
Fine, Kubiak.
There it is.
Fine, Kubiak. We'll go
That's
with
a
him.
tough little question right there. Who's your top? Who's your guy? I'm like, ooh, my God.
Who's second fiddle over in L.A., though? Because Robinson isn't the OC.
No, he's not. Yeah, it's,
Who's second fiddle?
Let me pull them up real quick.
I'm hearing Brian Greasy being brought up, too.
The OG quarterback? Shout out.
He's out in that 49er system.
It's Mike LaFleur is the OC out there. Yeah.
Oh, my God. No, I can't do that. No. It could be under the tree, but it can't be the same last name as one of these dudes. It can't be the brother of...
It's the tree, bro.
Yeah, I can't do it.
He said, all right, that's a little too close. Absolutely not. That's a little too much right there. Can't do that way. Because I was like, it's definitely in the tree. That's for certain in the tree. That's for certain in the tree. Yeah.
I think Kubiak makes sense. Kubiak makes some sense.
I like Kubiak. Yeah.
Got the name, too.
I'm like I said, I'm gonna have a lot more time now to start researching.
Yeah,
I might
actually have to
Yeah.
dig deep and try to find a real answer to that.
Yeah.
Because I'll just say Kubiak knee jerk, but yeah, man, there's like probably 10 guys you can make a case for. D'Andre Zell, with Kenny and Mason being preseason monsters, how do you evaluate their quarterback competition? That's a great question.
I mean,
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because Kenny was doing good in training camp and OTAs and all that. Because you were down there, you'd come back, give the report saying like Kenny looks good, and then we got to see preseason.
He cooked all preseason.
Yeah,
he cooked all preseason, bro.
Yeah, what do you? I don't know. I don't know how you did the competition.
I just think that you just gotta really hold their feet to the fire, and when we are grading them and criticizing them, man, you got to take your emotions out of it. You got to take personal feelings out of it and just simply look at it on a play-by-play basis and plus and minus it. At the end of the day, once you add all that up, that's going to tell you who the better player was throughout that competition. That's how they're going to do it, man. In terms of the Steelers, because, yeah, both of these dudes are good players. They both are competent and capable players. The big question is longevity, consistency, right? So when you're talking about these type of situations, man, that competition starts in OTAs. Man, I need to first see who's showing up every day. It's voluntary, right? But who's showing up? Who's at least saying that they want to be the guy? Who's at least taking that step to prove that they feel like they can be the leader? All right, cool. After that, we got these OTA reps coming in. Okay. What are you looking like? Can you still be locked in, laser-like focus even in the springtime when you don't have a game coming up anytime soon, when you feel like there isn't this necessarily sense of urgency? Are you still able to prepare and operate as QB1? All that's evaluation, man. And then obviously when you get to training camp, every play. All right. How are your passes? Not just are you completing them, but where's your accuracy? Left shoulder versus right shoulder. Are you, an inch or two on the front number when you need to be on the back number with that throw? All of these things, man, are going to be at play. And I think that like I said, kind of like how I laid out right there, you have to hold their feet to the fire every single time. It can't be just because we like this guy a little bit more, we think this guy has a better history. It's like, nah, forget all of that, because like we said with both of these dudes, they have clearly shown to some extent that they can help us win. And we clearly got investments in both of them. And if Mason is coming back, now we're talking about having skin in the game with him that is at least equal to the skin in the game that we got with Kenny. So, yeah, when all things become constant like that and everything is level, plus and minus every single rep. Because that's what it's going to take for this team to get to where they want to go. You got to be dang near perfect at that position. You know the quarterbacks and the teams that you're dealing with when you get to these postseasons and how that road really begins to narrow. So when we go back and we start talking about, hey, what's your accuracy on this crossing route? Yeah, it was a completion, but my guy had to come up here to get it. That ain't going to cut it. Yeah, it was a completion, but he had to reach out here and one-handed. That ain't going to cut it. That's the way that I think we really need to evaluate these dudes so we can get to the best extent that we want to in terms of feeling confident with them. And then after that, I still don't think that it's just a foregone once I name you starter week 1 that you're just the guy week 1. Yeah, that's the other part. I'm like, the competition ain't
I think,
over.
Honestly, that's probably the easiest way to view the competition or, Kenny versus me. It's like whoever gets the job, it's like, all right, what do you do?
Can you keep
when
it?
The games actually matter?
Yeah, because that's what it's really going to come down to. We can trust whoever we want to trust off of preseason, these practice stuff. But, Deke, as we've seen these past 2 seasons now, the dude that started the season hasn't ended the season as QB1, man.
Yeah. No. AJ Martinez, Mason, the starter, and fourth quarter Kenny comes in as relief QB, just like a pitcher in baseball. If we need him, if not, enjoy the bench. Mason 4 quarters.
There it is. Now, we did have a 2-man system coordinator play caller, and that worked. So maybe the 2 quarterback system worked too.
No.
You ain't digging that, man?
Hell no.
Get the closer ready. That's kind of like the Tebow. Tebow's like, yo, just get ready for the 4th quarter. 4th quarter, Tim Tebow gonna find a way.
No, we ain't doing that. It's a funny joke, but I would lose my shit if we did that. Armin Robertson, oh man, Moats, why you seem so down today? No blue and red today.
That's crazy.
Funny how now it's we. Hashtag Bill suck.
Oh, Armand. Jeez Louise. Like I said, y'all can attack it. I'm chilling. I'm super vibed out. Definitely not ducking anything, though. Like I said, just a little misinformed, Armin. But, yeah, this definitely Bills. Deke can attest to this. This is definitely Bills. Deke can definitely attest to that. Yep, let's go. Buffalo. As you see my man with the blue hat jumping off the table. Y'all know Steel Nation don't jump in no tables. You ain't about that life. So, yeah, man. There you go. And then, like I said, I was just hot. I was really hot, but I got my hat too. Like I said, man, I called the Memorial Pack. You know what I mean? I was on my Steelers Memorial Pack last week because our season was over. Now, it just so happened it was hybrid because I was also part of why it was over, but it was weird. So, like I said, man, this week I get to enjoy the end of the Bills season, baby. All right. So, yeah, man, we ain't duck nothing, though, baby. Can't duck nothing. And, of course, I was sad last week when we got sent home. And, of course, I'm sad this week when we get sent home, man. So, yeah, that's just that. But I don't really, it's not a lot of shame in it. Where's the shame in losing the divisional round to Patrick Mahomes? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Skydiving heck. Deke, so if Mike Tomlin underachieved this last season, what would be considered underachieving for next year for Tomlin? I don't know, the same.
Yeah, because that was specific for you. Because I said I thought he overachieved this year.
Yeah, I think it'd just be more of the same. If it's more of the same, we don't take it up a next level, get 11, 12 wins, advance further in the playoffs. If it's more, if we go 9-8, whatever, 10-7, miss the playoffs or get bounced in round 1, like it would just feel like underachieving overall. We should have a better team next year too.
Like I said, that's specifically you, man. I thought he overachieved. When you talk about having 3 different quarterbacks play, you fire a coordinator in the middle of the season, and you still find a way to get 10 wins, and you make it to the playoffs, yeah, bro, you did a heck of a job, man. And with the injuries we had on defense, that's why I was like, for me, I say unequivocally overachieved. Did we get the Super Bowl? No. And like I said, when I was talking to you from a Bills perspective, it's like, I'm not allowing the hardest of the hardest when it's the finest of the finest, when everything has to be perfect, to just act like none of this stuff happened for us to even get this chance to even get there, man. But that was, like I said, that was how I looked at it.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking just more regular season. Like, I think no matter what, with all that happened, I still think we should have done better than 10 wins. Because, yeah, a playoff loss first round, that's...
But you're confident in Kenny. It's a lot of people that look at Kenny as the quarterback and they say, for you to have won 10 games with Kenny and Mitch and then Mason and Matt Canada was the OC, and then you had to fire Matt Canada, and then you go with Mike Sullivan and Eddie Faulkner. That's the part for me. Yeah.
It was just really those Mitch games that kill it for me. Like, it just shouldn't have happened. I still think we should have had 11, 12 games. Now, how much is that on Tomlin versus Mitch's poor play? Tomlin making the decision to stick with Mitch. Like, that's all there. It just still felt like an underwhelming season. Now, again, do you put that all on Tomlin? He is at the head of it, so there's that. I still think he did a lot of good with his coaching job this year, though. I truly, it just felt like, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like an underachievement, like underwhelming.
I can say,
being that we were, what were we, like 7-3, 7-4 at one point, and
we can have different perspectives on it, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you think it was underachieving, that's fine, bro. You ain't wrong for your thoughts. I'm just saying I don't agree with it, but this ain't the first time we ain't agreed on it. Yeah.
No, I can see the argument for overachieving. I don't know. Even with the overachievement, it still felt like an underachievement.
Yeah.
I guess that's my way of putting it. Yeah, I think there was a little overachieving going on. There was a lot of good things Tomlin did, but I still think there was just like an overlying, just underwhelming, like an underachieving feeling to the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Richard Arbizo, I like how fans switched up on Tomlin saying we'd win 7 games. Then when we get 10 wins with a worse team than what we started, it's underachieving.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of crazy.
AJ Martinez, let's go MCDC or the Ravens Super Bowl champs.
Oh, I was like, who the heck is MCDC? All right.
He's talking about the Lions. We own the Ravens already. They're winning our Super Bowls. Huh? I think the Lions are probably like anyone in the NFC. That's probably like the most neutral team if someone's going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't really want any of these teams in the AFC.
Oh, yeah, it's all bad, huh? Either getting Lamar and them Ravens or Mahomes and the dynasty continues.
Yeah, I guess you just someone out of the NFC.
You imagine if Brock Purdy gets a Super Bowl, though, bro? They're going to lose their mind. He's the man. You know there going to be zero way that you would be able to say that Kitty is better than him, too, bro. If Purdy go ahead and get this ring.
Oh, there's a lot of players I can't say Kenny's better than right now.
But at least you got like a better argument, though. If he get this ring, that changes all of that because it's like now he done the big winning.
Well, I saw how Purdy played against the Packers, and there were many times throughout that game I said,
chill.
Kenny would be doing way better than Purdy right now.
Chill, don't bring that up. Don't you do that. Chill. Purdy in the NFC Championship, that's all that matters, bro.
I got to give Purdy credit, though. He stepped up on the final drive.
Made the plays he needed to make, man. Respect.
But, yeah, Jordan Love, he started crapping his pants down the stretch.
He just got so aggressive, bro. I'm like, what?
Well, he was missing remedial throws, too.
This is also
like
true.
Very, very simple throws. He was missing them very badly.
Part of the things that they like about him is his ability to throw off his back for his ability to drift because the arm talent. But the part that also gets you in trouble is the inconsistent footwork. It makes your throws be a little bit off, and it shows.
Yeah, those were bad.
Yeah. So it's like what people will love about him is also what gets him in trouble too, man.
Bootman 318.
Shout out to Black and Yellow too.
PS5 and Xbox users, Madden 24 League. Got 17 users now. Currently in the playoffs. Plan to be in season 2 offseason draft this weekend. Ring competition.
There it is. There and didn't Bootman
He was
I would say
the
what's up.
Browns
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my franchise
Absolutely,
last year.
absolutely. Shout out to Boo Man one
It's
time.
good to see he's
Let's go.
keeping the torch going.
Let's go. Let's go. No, I salute you,
That's good
Boo
to
Man.
see.
I like that.
Kevin Vega. How would you guys feel about quarterback Jordan Travis, day 2 of the draft? Very talented, but coming off of a bad injury. Seems like great value for a potential QB1.
You brought him up, right?
I
Was
did
that last week?
year. I
Yeah,
said,
last week.
if you
Yeah,
get him in
heck
round
yeah,
4,
bro. Heck yeah.
Immediately.
I love
I think
that.
it'd be a great pick.
Love that.
AJ Martinez, Mason, run for your life. Go get your bag. I want you in the Berg, but you're not going straight to the bench. Some management would rather lose than admit making a mistake, not playing you.
Oh. How you feel about that? Do you think it's a legitimate competition? You think he would be allowed to have a legitimate competition with Kenny?
That's the question. I don't know.
In your heart, what do you feel?
Well, we'll see if we bring in Zach Robinson.
He said Zach is definitely real.
I think that balances it out. If Mason comes back and we don't have Zach Robinson, I think the Steelers are going to naturally lean more Kenny. If it's a close competition, they're going to have Kenny be the starting quarterback week 1.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's some of the fault the Steelers organization or Mike Tomlin for. But if you're Mason, is that an optimal scenario for you?
Right.
At the same time, it still might be your best chance to be QB1. With all that being said,
legitimate,
depending on how the QB landscape plays out with the rest of these teams.
Because you're hedging your bet on what Kenny is. If you think Kenny is actually a guy, then yeah, you might look elsewhere. But if you
like
think
we said, you definitely won over some of the locker room. At the
absolutely,
end of the season.
man.
That might matter too.
And I'm sure even in the front office, yes, they are still behind Kenny, but I'm sure it's people up there that are watching it and saying, man, you know what? Maybe. What if? Could it? You know what I mean? Like, I just think that he did enough to have them conversations really be started, man.
Yeah. David Decker, Moats, when you look at the photos, you will see my other teammates that went 1-3 and took home bronze.
All right. Bet that. Let me so I can pull this up real quick.
AJ Martinez says, the Diggler raising the roof. I always pay. LOL.
No, respect. Man, hold on. I'm like over here trying to like look in his email real quick to see if I can find this Drake on the fly while we do it. I might have to wait. I think I'm going to have to wait.
Okay.
Because the email kind of got flooded. You know, they was really excited about the outcome of Sunday night's game. So you can only imagine.
People directly emailed you.
Listen, bro.
Talking trash.
People was on the Bills page. I posted Bills reactions. I was happy because I'm like, yo, shout out to the engagement, respect, appreciate y'all. But yo, it was literally is Bills, Steelers, and then I think it might have been Richard Arbizo. Shout out to Arbizo. He was in there defending the ball. I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's go. It was a couple of y'all. I started to shout them out. It was a couple of dudes. It was like, yo, you got to understand. Moats played at both spots. He loved both spots. He loved both teams. But, bro, he announced, man, you got to check. I was like, yo, fight for me, dog. Fight for me. I started going through just like all the fighting for me comments, bro. If there was fighting for me, I was liking them. If it was a positive email, I was liking it. If it was a negative, I'm like, I'm sad, like I ain't see it. Yeah.
So you got emails.
Bro, I got emails. I got comments on the YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel.
What about the DMs?
Bro, it's across the board. Text messages. Bro, people that don't even be texting to text. I'm like, bro, you have a number. That's crazy. You literally text me at 10 o'clock just to say something outlandish. Like, that's nuts, bro. What is this at? When my man had 50 touchdowns, I never heard nothing from nobody.
I was waiting for the TG one.
Deke.
I was waiting for the TG one.
Deke, when Josh accounted for 50 touchdowns, my phone hardly ever rung. He lose.
There's no reason.
Everybody was going. Everybody couldn't wait. I'm like, bro, where did all this come from? I'm like, bro, all this. Everybody's a quarterback expert. Everybody want to talk Bill. I'm like, bro, I started a whole Bills channel because y'all told me not to talk Bills on this channel. Now, so everybody want to talk Bills. It was just crazy to me, bro. It was absolutely crazy. I'm like, how did we get here? You know, when it was there. But I did finally pull up that picture too, man. So salute you on that. Let me get back to your comment too, man. So I can make sure I get who was who in this picture. So he said, when you look at the picture, you see my other teammates. They went 1-3. Okay. Oh, I like this right here. Deke, you see him a little bit, man. You see the game?
Somewhat.
See the little guy? Is this in Pittsburgh? Oh, y'all deep. Let's go. Now, I like that right there, man. That's a solid flick right there, man. Solid. Let's go.
AJ Martinez, back at it again, says, I miss the days when Deke was chopping heads. What's he talking about there?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. You tell me, Deke. You know what I'm saying? What type of life you living, man?
No. He's got to be talking about me just having a more mild demeanor on this podcast,
bro.
right?
You're
I
supposed to be
definitely
way more like
It's
aggressive, bro.
It's
yeah.
this new Deke.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you remember some of my little monologues or rants
absolutely.
going after the fake fans?
Absolutely, bro. Off the top
Ben
rope with
haters,
it, man.
even the Pickett haters.
Yeah.
I've gone soft.
You don't play any games with these people, man?
I've gone soft. I've got more corporate.
John Doe says Big Ben era Deke was different. That's what they call him.
I think that's what he's talking about.
It was Big Ben era, bro. That's accurate, bro. You've changed up, man. I know what mine is. I'm grieving and I'm heavily researched. That's what I am. But yeah, I don't know what's got into Deke. Deke just be the Big Ben era, man. Just changed his life.
Maybe
Alex Allgood said you getting old, man.
Yeah, I mean that's
Said you getting old, bro.
For sure, no doubt.
John Doe said Kenny got that man dull.
Well, I was gonna bring that up, bro. If Kenny would have backed my top 3 prediction.
Maybe that's it. I get it, bro.
See, Mason brought some of that back, though. We got to witness.
Stan Claire definitely said it. He said Kenny broke Deke. He said he broke you, bro. It is definitely a clear difference.
But you saw some of the flashes, right?
I did.
And that was Mason.
Mason
brought me back.
brought the it's still as a die like that. Mason brought that out, bro. Yeah, you're right. Before then, man,
Alex Allgood says he ain't got it in him anymore.
Man, dude.
Man, might be true. It might be true. I might just be washed.
Dang on, bro. They said you just ain't got it no more, man. Nah, Deke got it, bro. Deke go get in the lab, all right? Yeah, we gonna figure this quarterback thing out. We gonna get Deke back from the top rope beating on his chest, all right? But yeah, that'll do it to you. I get it, man. I get it.
See? Kenny sabotage Deke.
Now they going overboard. See, they going all in. Hey, man, don't. Oh, God, yeah.
X Concepts is saying I'm in a more positive space. He says Deke is just seeing the light. He's smart and honest with himself.
Respect on that. I like
John
Doe.
Deke finally coming down to earth.
I like it, bro. I like it, man. Mm-hmm.
Tyler says he's in the same boat as me, or like we're all in this together. Says we all got humbled this year. We will be grateful for every dub next season.
Respect. I mean, the preseason really set us on a different trajectory. I felt like that was the part that kind of shifted our perspective on what the season's supposed to have looked like, or even just the expectations. But yeah, we did kind of, to an extent, come down to earth. We still end up with 10-7. Well, your prediction won't fall off of that. I know mine was 10. I thought you was
said
like
17-0 on Bleach Report, but I also said, based off my math equation, 12-5.
Yeah, I said, man, it's a 10. Best case 11, worst case 9. So we in the building.
I thought 12-5 was a lock.
It was.
When were we
definitely
at midway
was.
through the season? I was
it
like,
definitely
oh my
was,
God,
bro. Like we was gonna blow it out the water, bro.
schedule.
Like we was gonna blow it out the water. Absolutely. But that's the part where it's like you just never know how the weird part of the season. We got to the weird part and it got weird on us. But in the end, we were able to, finish it the way that
I think you know where it was. This was the point in the season. We were sitting at 6-3 going into that away Browns game where they were gonna have to start DTR Deshaun Watson.
You're right. Yep.
Out for the season.
And that would have put us in.
We get the news that Joe Burrow's out for the season too.
Yep.
I think those were our next 2 games. Browns Bengals.
And we're about to
without their
go
starters.
on this run.
And then we get like Patriots, Cardinals.
We said we could win 4 of those 5, and we was gonna be sitting at something crazy. Yep. Absolutely, you're definitely right.
And then you lose say you lose one of the last 2 between
we said
the Ravens
Seattle
and
was gonna
Seahawks.
be tough. We said Baltimore, if that's for the division, we'll see what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah,
it would have been 12-5.
Absolutely, man.
And that could have been what was the 1 seed this year? What did Ravens get ultimately?
They ended up with 12 or 13.
They had 13, so who knows? I guess they still would have had the 1 seed.
Yeah, because they still because Bills
'Cause
were
we
2.
beat them.
Yeah, and the Bills were the 2 with just 11.
We beat them, and they still
Yeah.
had 13. All right,
Yeah.
damn. We would have been the 5. We would have played the Texans on the road.
A little rematch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Run it back. Run it back.
Let's go, UW. Senior Bowl next weekend.
Dang. Yeah, I guess we're at the end of January now. No?
Wow,
Yeah.
that
yeah.
happens fast. Really?
Dang.
It happens in the middle of the season?
Technically, it's not the middle. It's AFC Championship, NFC Championship coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess, is it in between the championship game and the Super Bowl then?
Yeah, because I don't know the exact.
Because if you say this weekend, you're talking about.
This upcoming, I don't think it would be on this game. I thought it was.
All right,
Maybe it's the 5. I thought it was like in between them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Almost like Pro Bowl weekend. Because you're still going to have a lot of your coaches, GMs that want to come down there. Well, technically, I mean, only 4 teams is busy right now. Everybody else is technically free.
Yeah, Tomlin said he's going down to
definitely free,
Mobile.
man. And they've already got their coaching staffs down there. Those are, any of the staffs that I forgot how they do it is like either losing season or didn't make the playoffs or something like that. Then you get the opportunity. You got to go coach down there. So yeah.
AJ Martinez missing the wild big Noriega takes of pretend hate. AJ Martinez is just in nostalgia mode right now.
He is, bro.
Misses the old Deke.
Hey,
Misses
look,
the old
man.
Noriega.
Listen, he missed the old Deke or Noriega. I missed the old loving Madden. Shout out to Stephanie, wherever she's at with how her and Deke would banter. I missed that. All right, since we missing stuff, yeah. Because that was a whole vibe. And if you're OG enough, you remember what I'm talking about, man. That was a thing. Pre-name change, post-name change. Yeah. It was a vibe.
Cliff the Dark Knight, Moats and Deke. From a scheme perspective, what type of offense would KP thrive in and complement the current roster that we have now? 49ers, Rams, other.
Yeah, West Coast style offense. Timing, simplify it, make it where it's more this system is going to naturally create opportunities for you. Doesn't necessarily open up a lot of opportunities for playmaking, but I'm okay with that. Very similar to, like you said, when you watch even Brock Purdy to an extent, it's a lot of system, but he does have some ability to play make. I think that could be a similar case for Kenny. I think that probably will be better for him versus, some of these other style of offenses where it is more so let the quarterback just be the best player out there and everything runs through him. Right now, because Kenny is still trying to get more consistent and figure it out, it's not necessarily a bad thing. We're just saying give him more structure. We talked about in the past where guys like 7 didn't need structure, but 7 is a different type of player, right? Antonio Brown doesn't need as much structure, but that's a different type of player. With this offense, they're younger. They're not as proven. So that definitely could work. And I think that's also why when you hear Coach T say he wants a guy that's done this at this level and is a little bit more proven, that's a part of it. He's kind of identifying, look, man, we don't have a dude that you can just put out there and say the variables don't matter, just go be great. We got a guy here where the variables do matter, and that's okay. It's not a slight. It's just what the reality of the scenario is. So I think that, any of that West Coast style stuff could definitely work, and I think it could work to a major level. And like I said, the other reason why I know when I had recommended Joe Brady, who's not West Coast style, the reason I did was more so because of the heavy run and play action pass element. And I think that's something that Kenny could thrive in also, just based on how Mason was finishing the season and how the running game was looking with some of the bigger 12 and 13 personnel groupings. They were doing a lot of that up there in Buffalo as well. And I just think that's something that could carry over if we were going to go with that approach. But those are kind of the scheme things that I think of when I think Kenny right now, because technically he is QB1 based on what Coach T said. So I would just think of what is going to simplify this thing for him where he just has easy reads. And then as he continues to grow and develop, well, then you expand it. But I don't think it's a pissing contest where you're like, bro, he's got to be able to do this because that quarterback does it. It's like, bro, we ain't trying to keep it with that. We trying to win and win as much as we can now. So the way that you do that, just from my perspective, is kind of take a little off of him and then allow him to kind of grow that way.
Whatever he ran his senior year in Pitt.
See, that's why I think it's the disconnect, because that's more of be the playmaker. And we've already seen that.
He's getting the ball out quick.
But you catch, it wasn't the offense run through Abanikanda or anybody else. The offense was ran through Kenny is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's already shown through 2 seasons that it's not enough consistency with this game to do that. That's all.
Whatever we ran in that Bengals game.
That's the one. Yeah.
Whatever that was. I mean, because
I had a little feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, he passed the ball a decent amount. Almost had the 300 yards.
But he looked confident. It's like he knew where he was going with his read. We said that was one where he was really attacking, moved middle of the field, and it was like, yo, whatever the convo is, it just looked simplified. And we said we felt like at times with Canada, he had the full gamut to read. Man, read all your options. Go to work. But sometimes sometimes your analysis can form paralysis a little bit, right? And at times it looked like just he can't process it fast enough to make the play the way that he would want to. And we would see it would look uncomfortable at times or just not executing the way that it should on a consistent basis. But then we look at that game where it was Sully and Eddie Faulkner, and it looked a lot more simplified. He wasn't looking here. It was, I'm here. This is where I'm going right now. And if that's not here, I'm checking it down to right here. It was simplified, but he played faster. He played with a lot more confidence. And sometimes that's what it takes, man. Get that quarterback feeling confident. Get that quarterback having a little bit just simple reads. And now he can grow. And then when he has a chance to show if he can make some of them plays and improvise, because even in a scheme where it's a system like what we're talking about, you're still going to have times where it doesn't work. There's still going to be times where it's covered up. And now it's like, can this guy create? Can this guy improvise? And that's the big question, right? Can he get to that? Because that's what separates him.
He was doing a lot of that his rookie year. It kind of disappeared this year, unfortunately. He was doing a lot of good improvisation. He was good on the ground. He was picking up first downs.
Remember, with the legs. Absolutely.
The Najee game-winning touchdown against the Ravens, that was all improvisation.
Yeah. He said consistency. So we see what we need, but that's the question.
Cliff the Dark Knight, Moats and Deke. No, I just read that one. Sorry. Let's go, UW. Do you think Chooks and maybe Larry O possibly get traded? Whoa. Who wants him?
How much is Chooks left on his deal?
We're cutting him.
That's what I was,
We're cutting him or trading him. He's gone for sure.
But I'm saying, like, if it's the fun, like,
who wants him? Is the question.
See, with the numbers and stuff, right, though, man. But
we definitely cleared cash space. I think I looked this up about a month ago. It's just a matter of how much.
I mean, Chooks gonna have a job regardless. He gonna find somewhere. Larry O's the interesting one just because of what you do with Cam. I don't think you get rid of both of them.
Like, that'd be great if we could trade him and get some in return.
How many years is left on his contract?
He's an $11 million cap hit, $11.8 million cap hit.
How many years?
3 on the dead cap, and this is it. Last year.
The team would take him, though. Trust me. The team would definitely take him. It just depends on how much you're trying to get back.
For sure. Yeah. $8 million savings right there.
Yeah.
That's a Tyler Boyd contract, potentially.
Yeah. Man, it's a team that's going to look at Chooks and say, man, come here and start for us at right tackle. It's circle of life, man.
And then Larry O. Yeah, I'd be open.
That's the interesting one, bro. That's the interesting one. Because, like I said, we definitely agree. Chooks is definitely gone, but the Larry O part is really interesting to me, man. But I think we both agree. So, yeah, Chooks,
I'd be open. I'd be open with Larry just cutting him.
Cutting Larry?
Yeah.
How much do we get back from him? Because, see, I know we got a lot more saving with the Cam move. I didn't think that it was to the same. I thought it was like 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, it's not.
It's a little bit lower.
It's not to the same. Yeah, it's 6. It'd be 6 savings. I'd be open depending on what player you brought in replace of him.
Because that's all a part of it.
I would be very open to that. I'm not looking for it though. I still think Ogunjobi, Benton. That's nice. And then assuming Cam restructures and everything, but again, based off how he was talking about the pay cut on his podcast, I don't know how likely that is. I think he just said it. I think he was just emotional. I think he just said it.
Both things could be true. It's just when you put it out there, now we all just kind of reacting to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. He's a wise guy.
Yeah, no one put that out there. You put that out there.
He's been around the Steelers organization for a minute. I don't think he wants to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
He's probably watching that comment back and even saying to himself, yeah, maybe not the best idea.
Until they ask you to take $5 million less, though, Deke, you like, bro, what? I just did what? And I done what? And all this. And then now you want me to do what? That's a hard pill,
I already
man.
see your letter to get cut.
Yeah, it's a hard pill, man. Definitely a hard pill.
Let's go, you Dub. I just read that one too. Yeah, I'm washed. A2A style.
We're in the offseason.
I'm just gonna be real. I love Jay Allen. He reminds me of 7, just stronger and faster. All right, easy. He got that backyard kind of play like Ben had. He's a guy you hate to love. I'll give him faster. That's about it. I'll give him faster.
Everybody has their opinions on him, so all good. All good. I just love the fact that he's accounted for 50 touchdowns this season. And that's a lot of production. I'm into production.
A2A style. I just hate I didn't get any of that millionaire money.
Man, he got all the million. He got hundreds and hundreds of them things, man. And then he got like a super like Sard, or his country singer ain't Taylor Swift though, huh? But she kind of important, I think.
Who we talking about here?
Josh, he got
that actress.
Yeah, something like that's because A2A was looking for some of that millionaire money. I was like, yo, that's where it did. They got it just like a power thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got YouTube money. That's different. Yeah, YouTube money ain't that money. That's different.
Elijah West. Hey, Moats, what do you think of Dion's son next year?
Oh, I like him. I get the whole narrative about him holding the ball a little bit longer than needed to, but at the same time, man, I think that he played really well, all things considered, and I think he's a really good player. Just ready to see what he does this upcoming season, man, in terms of what's the next step for him in terms of his growth and development. Does he work on getting the ball out faster? And is he still able to do some of the things that we saw? Just in the sense of like some of that playmaking. It's like, it's electric when it's happening. It's beautiful to see it happening at that level, but you want to see, can you do it again? Like I said, Jackson State was dope, but we all would agree that this was a bump up in competition. And I think as a whole, their team kind of realized that towards the back end of it. So I just want to see now that they get a chance to revamp, re-recruit, get new transfer players in. Are you still going to be able to be that guy and take it to another level? I think he can. I'm excited for him, but just want to see it. That's all, man. But I definitely think he's interested, man. But to act as if I could say we would draft him or not, a lot of that is going to be dependent on what happens this season with Kenny. If Mason is able to come back, what happens with him? And, yeah, how we handle free agency at the quarterback position, man. Because if we got a guy or it shows that this year, whether what Mason was doing continues and he's the guy, or if Kenny shows that he can be better than what Mason showed in them last games and that's the guy going forward. If either one of those things happen, we're not talking about drafting Dion. We're going to be feeling really good. Now, if one of those things don't happen and we still are having these quarterback conversations a year from now, yeah, primetime son going to be heavy in them conversations for me. Yeah.
What's the biggest knock on him right now? Is it just size?
Nah, the big thing,
probably like big time arm strength, right?
Yes and no, because he's so accurate.
He throws the ball really good.
Yeah,
though.
but he's
got good touch.
so accurate in his touch that you're not tripping necessarily on the arm strength, because we've seen the debate between strong arm but zero accuracy versus a dude with laser-like accuracy. You take the accuracy over the strength. So he's accurate and strong enough with his arm. The big thing that I've seen is literally when they talk about him holding the ball and taking some of those sacks, that is part of, the thing. It's like, yo, you're looking for that perfect throw or that break your back throw. And sometimes it's like, bro, you got to just throw this check now. Or sometimes you got to just throw this crosser. That's part of the Josh Allen convo also to an extent. Now, he's done a lot better job this year of it. But it's like you're always looking for I'm the greatest player ever, though. Now, the difference is...
It shows confidence in yourself.
Yeah, but I think the difference between the two styles is Josh chucks that every time, whereas Shador, he will actually hold it and be waiting for it, and that's where you see him get some of them sacks that he gets. So that's, like I said, some of his knock, from at least what I've been seeing with him. But I think fundamentally he's really, I think his technique is really good, though, in terms of footwork, consistently being on the string.
Yeah.
Like, I think he does all of those things really well, and that's why I think his floor is so high.
Yeah.
Because of those things. Whereas a lot of these other quarterbacks, you look and it's like, bro, he's talented as heck, but he's so up and down with his footwork and his release point and his eyes and his process that you don't know if he's a top 5 or if he's a third rounder. I just think for Shador, he's just really high floor right now. We trying to see, do you got the Caleb? Because we see little pieces of the Caleb, but we know Caleb shows it just on a different level.
Yeah, I guess that's my question. I don't know
Right.
if we'll ever get the
I don't
arm
think he's gonna
strength
get
like
there, yeah.
Caleb, like the arm
Right.
talent. But can you be cerebral? Can you do all the
Right.
little things?
Because
to
I
get
think
there?
of like almost like Joe Burrow to an extent when I'm looking
Right.
at how cerebral, how he can
Right,
get it
right.
out quick, maneuver through the pocket. But his arm isn't Josh. His arm isn't Mahomes. His arm isn't Rodgers. But he's just as nice and he's in all them conversations. And that's kind of how I look at Shador. I'm like, he's not the biggest.
But then he also does have that playmaking.
Absolutely. And the moment's never too big for him also.
That's true too.
Athletic enough, not a blazer, but can hurt you with his legs.
Yeah, because I was just looking 6'2",
Mm-hmm.
and then 216. I feel like he could probably gain like 5-10 pounds.
Yeah. No, he definitely could in terms of like filling out his frame and stuff like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think right now, I don't know who the other quarterbacks would be in his class, but he's got to be one of the tops
Yeah.
easily, right?
Well, yeah, because technically we wouldn't be talking about him in this year. It's just because of who he is and, you know, what he was able to do. That's why his name kind of got brought up more this year around. But it's like, yeah, you're in next year's class. You ain't even with these group. But because of how well you played, people forgot that you weren't even in this class. People was putting you in this class.
He'd probably be right now. He'd probably be like end of first right now.
No, but say
He'd
probably
be
the
after
fourth.
like the Penix
After,
Daniel.
Yeah, I'm about to say fourth or
And the-
fifth dude. 'Cause, yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel, Penix, May, Caleb, all of them dudes I think go ahead of him.
Then you're having a conversation
Yeah.
between like him, McCarthy. Who else would be
Right.
like
Because JJ's
late
a
first,
second round. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's on like I think he's in that category, but I think he has more upside than JJ McCarthy to me personally.
I agree with you on
Mhm.
that for sure. A2A style. If you ask me, the only reason KPA was named the starter next year is because Mitch is gone and Mason is a free agent. He's the only quarterback we'll have that's on contract.
Oh yeah, and technically we said when Coach Tomlin answered the way that he did, we
I get what you're
agreed. We
saying
was
now.
like, you know, that is technically accurate and it's a safe answer.
Yeah.
So it was like, yo,
Pretty good.
yeah. So part of that, you're absolutely right. That's what we're trying to see when it's time for Mason in that contract. That's gonna truly tell us if Kitty is absolutely QB1 or not. Because if Mason's contract is what we all would view as not quarterback competition money, then we all gonna kind of know what it is. But if he's coming back with a contract where it's like, okay, this is substantial, this is actually like we got some skin in this game, then I think we feel a little bit different in terms of it being a legitimate competition with that or not, man.
Steer Nation on fire.
Yeah.
Moats. I wasn't attacking the Bills. I was welcoming a brother from a hard fight.
Oh, all right, respect then. Because we always having hard fights, man. Like what I said.
I think that's a with all due respect
Listen,
comment, though.
I ain't tripping. You know I'm not tripping. Deke, at the end of the day, somebody had to send Pittsburgh to Cancun. That's all. For Buffalo, it's like, bro, we see that arguably the greatest quarterback of our generation sent the Bills home. So if y'all talking so bad about the Bills and Josh Allen, it's like, so what happened last week? If they that, how did that go? What does that say about
refs.
y'all?
The refs.
That comfort you seek it. I hope you found it.
No, we didn't. I mean, we just didn't play as good as what we should have played.
That's why. Hey, that's
Plus
why.
the refs.
Like I
Plus
said,
the refs.
man, I ain't over here trying to push it in nobody's face. I ain't do it last week. I ain't gonna do it this week, baby. I'm chilling. But that's the funny part. I'll be like, bro, you realize when it's Steelers talking to the Bills, it's kind of like, hey, that ain't really your words in this line. You just supposed to sit over there and be like, go Chiefs. That's what y'all, just y'all are Chiefs fans. Just root for the Chiefs. Yeah. Because you can't be talking crazy with the head-to-head just was last week. We kind of, you know, that's all.
Ryan Stanley. Hey, Moats, do you change out the Steelers pictures in the background to a Bills picture for your Buffalo podcast?
Oh, man. This is crazy. You see? I love it, though.
I think he's just being curious.
I love it.
I think he's just being curious.
I would say there is a Bills page out there. If you check it out, which I'm sure you have, you've seen the setup. It's a beautiful setup, might I add. But yeah, man, you see the setup, baby. You see the setup. Ain't nothing trippy about it.
Elijah West. Why does Deke always pick noodly arm QBs, Moats?
Hey, you know how I go? They don't like Josh Allen type quarterbacks. So you got to like the other type of quarterbacks. Josh is big, tall glass of milk, rocket arm, accurate, big playability with the legs. I get it. So if you don't like that, you hate that, and you try to find the opposite of it.
No,
so you know how I go,
This is just
bro.
a false statement. Big Ben's my favorite player. This is just a false statement. And I think Kenny has legitimate NFL quarterback arm strength, so I think he's just wrong on his take right here.
You know it's hard whenever we talk quarterbacks, and y'all got me on my Josh Allen. If we really about to start talking quarterbacks, and that's what I'm accustomed to, it's just hard to talk. That's why I be like, don't put that on me, people, please. Don't put that on me, all right? Because that's a different combo. It's a totally different standard. Y'all know that, so stop picking on me, all right?
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying in general, man. Like, you know, the quarterback combo stuff, bro. It's hard. It be hard sometimes, bro. I be trying to be chill. Like, Lord. My man SD Ninja said a lot of excuses, Josh. I'm like, bro, it's 50 plus touchdowns, man. What excuse we got for that? Or what's the rebuttal to that? Yeah, that's what I said, man. I'm chilling, baby. I am chilling.
Yo Young Moats saying there's no Steeler-Bills rivalry is like a country who is arming both sides of a conflict, confused at why they're fighting.
How is it both sides of a conflict, bro? You act like the Bills are the Chiefs. If anything, everybody should be rallying against the Chiefs. They're the superpower, clearly, right? Is there any other team that has been to the AFC Championship 6 years in a row now? That's the team that everybody got issue with. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what's the Bills smoke for when they the ones that's running it up. They the ones doing all that. Bills were trying to knock that off. That's be that weirdo energy, man. Let me try to hate on them, you know, because they knocked me off. So I'm just not like that. It's like, bro, they the big ones sitting on top. Bills ain't sitting up there. Bills ain't won a Super Bowl. Bills ain't been to the Super Bowl just yet. Not in this generation. Not in this era. So yeah, I'm like, bro, we ain't talk. That's the standard. That's the one we all chasing. But we can look over here and get distracted with this one if you want to. We all chasing that one, baby.
Mohammed Absamed, Moats, questions for you. Do you think an experienced OC wants to come here, considering our quarterback room? We have a bottom 5 QB room. Why come here?
See, Muhammad, he just drops some just like, yo, bump it. I'm going to just say how I feel right now. I could get that take. I could definitely understand it. I don't all the way agree with it, but I can definitely understand where you're coming from. I see it as a situation like this. You're going to get one of two things. You either get the thought process where they say, I don't want to attach my name to either one of these quarterbacks, nor do I want to take that chance. I just saw what happened to the last coordinator that tried to get attached to this situation. And granted, it wasn't predetermined, but it didn't work out. So you can see a guy saying, bro, I'm not about to take that chance because, yeah, you don't kind of get the do-over. And once you get that on your jacket, think about how people talk about Matt Canada now, right? You got to live with it. So I could definitely see that. But at the other side, I can see it as an opportunity, man. If I'm who I believe I am as a coach, man, I'm looking at this as a great opportunity. Like Deke said, I can cook this thing. Y'all need innovation, and I'm going to get all the credit because Coach T is a defensive-minded coach, man. So if I'm a dude that is confident in his craft and I feel like I know I'm nice, yeah, I'm looking at these pieces. I'm saying, okay, you got some stuff here. I like where we at. I can work with that. And absolutely, man, you take it as an opportunity and you make the most of it. So like I said, I can see it both sides, honestly, man. I could definitely see it both ways because, yeah, when you get hitched to just the wrong scenario, man, and you know, it ends up being a one and done, it's just hard to get back them opportunities when they're like, oh, what was your experience? Oh, he was with such and such. For Matt Canada, every time they bring up, oh, what was you like in the league? Oh, man, you seen that Kenny Pickett. They want the best over there. He got to live with that forever. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's the part where it's like, I can see that side of it. But like I said, man, the right guy's going to come here and they're going to look at it as an opportunity and we're going to love him for it, hopefully. But more importantly, he's going to love this opportunity. And that's ultimately what you're looking for, man. It ain't got to be a long-term, 10-year marriage. Man, we need something they can cook for right now, man. Because eventually, shoot, he's going to want to get a head coaching job anyways. If he's who we say he is.
Right.
And if he can do what we think he's capable of doing with the group that we currently have, and he's going to get the credit and praise that we think he's going to come with that, and us winning in the postseason, come on, bro.
Back to our original glory.
Absolutely. We talking maybe a year to 2 years, and now you Brian Flores. Yeah.
Elijah West. And on Shador, you can't play through more hate.
Hold on. What happened?
That's Elijah West, just his comment.
Oh, he said on Shador, you can't play through more. Oh, yeah. In terms of adversity, yeah, man. He's one of, you know, the guys that opposing teams and media and fans look forward to talking crazy to, whether it's on social media, whether that's in person, whether it's at the stadium. And he's shown on numerous occasions now that that doesn't have a negative impact. In fact, he thrives in those moments. And that's what you do want to see. That's good information to know, that he's not going to crumble under adversity, that he's not going to, not be able to handle being the bad guy or being the villain when he walks into these stadiums. I like that.
Oh, yeah, he handles himself very well.
And he's professional with it, too, I would say. I don't think he,
pedigree?
crosses the line. Yeah. Definitely got pedigree. But it's it's dope to see that, he's confident in himself, but he doesn't go out of his way in some of these games to make it about him per se. You know what I mean? Where it's like this pissing contest and now you're dealing with flags, unsportsmanlike, stuff like that. I think that he does do a good job of just managing that part, because as a player, when you win them heated battles and people barking and everybody got all this on, that's one of the hardest things to do, is keep your composure and stay true to yourself in the moments, man.
The other Jacob, I'm 4 shots in on a Monday.
Let's go.
How y'all feeling?
Man, I'm turned up. You know that, baby. Like I said, it's off-season mode now. So now that it's off-season mode, I'm fully partaking. I'm enjoying myself. So, yeah, man, it's been a great, great situation now, man. Like I said, it's bittersweet. Anytime the season ends, it's bittersweet. I'm like, dang, it ain't in with confetti. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, I'm actually going to have me some free time now.
Let's go, UW. If we draft a QB, give me Jordan Travis.
I like it, man. I like it. Extremely high upside. Was definitely a productive player coming off of injury. So low risk, high reward. I'm with it.
Elijah West. Every QB since been noodly armed. Deke. Kenny first. Nah. Like I said, I think Kenny can make all the throws you need him to. And I do think Mason does have better arm talent than Kenny. I do. So there's that. If you want to say Kenny has a lesser arm than Mason, I think that's fine. But I still think Kenny is a very capable NFL quarterback and can make all the throws.
Yeah.
I've seen him make all the throws.
In terms of the pros and cons to that, would you rather have Mason with the better arm, a little less mobility, or Kenny, a little less arm but more mobility?
I don't care. I just want whoever's playing better. I
Respect.
just want you to play good, because I think both prototypes can play good.
Work. Yeah.
Mason just made the most of what he has in those 4 games we got, whereas Kenny wasn't this year.
And I'm sure we're going to comb through it even more, but there is going to be a faction that's going to start to look more into just everything that took place in Mason's performances. Quality of opponent. What was the defense like statistically? What did I'm sure they're going to go into all that, bro.
Kenny is the better quarterback over Mason last year.
I get it.
I don't even know how that's possible.
They're going to look.
I don't even know how that's possible.
I'm sure they're going to pull up some type of stat of where the Bengals defense ranked at that part of the season. I'm like, I don't know, but they were still good at that time. Like, let's not act like they won't. But I'm sure it's going to be something where it's just that time of year now, man. They can't all just love it no more. They gotta find something to kind of like detract it, man. Yep.
If anything, I'll look at it. I'll spin it as a positive and say, all right, maybe Kenny. Kenny was just being handcuffed by Canada the whole time. He was making the best of the plays that he was given.
You couldn't say he was being handcuffed by him if you said that he played better, though, according to the rating.
Huh?
But if you said that the rating has Kenny playing better, Kenny had more Canada than without Canada.
No. Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I do think that's just an egregious stat to bring up to say, like, Kenny played better than Mason.
Yeah.
I know Kenny had more sample size, but in those 4 games by Mason, like, there's a reason why I was wearing his jersey after the season ended. And
shoot, it was a reason why like, Coach T made the decision
Mason.
too. Heck yeah, let him start, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that stat in and of itself, or making that comparison and saying Kenny was better than Mason last year is stupid. But if I'm going to spin it in a positive, it's like, all right, there were some good things Kenny was doing. Like, obviously. Despite Canada and all the other elements that were against them. That's the way to look at it. Let's go UW. Defense needs to get back to leading the league in sacks, get back-to-back 50-plus a year minimum.
That's where we used to always be. Where did we end at this year?
Probably still in the top 10.
Yeah, because usually we always in that magic number 50-plus. That's like one of the go-tos, man. Now, we did have some injuries, though, so we do got to account for that. Injuries on the back end as well.
Baltimore was 60.
Ooh. It was top 5. They got 60. Nice.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs get after
second, 57.
Bills up there too, huh?
We are at 47. I mean, 3
Yeah.
off. It looks like it's like top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What was the top 10?
7, 8, 9. We're at 11. Ravens 1, Chiefs 2, Dolphins, Bills, Colts, Browns, Niners, Jets, Chargers, Bucks, and then Steelers.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah, we're 3 off from 50.
Mm-hmm.
That's not terrible.
And also think about how our offensive situation played into some of this early on as well. Just in the sense of like more opportunities for passing situations, playing with leads versus trailing. We had a lot of fourth quarter comebacks early on.
Yeah.
So that, to an extent does play in it.
Yeah, we weren't playing with the lead that much.
Right. Whereas some of them other teams,
Where you can get your edge rushers teeing off.
because that's one of the things I always know with Buffalo is like just that scoring part. Even when you talk to Chiefs, the scoring just early on, you know what I mean? So you typically are out front where the other team has to kind of press a little bit more.
Fred Ramirez just dropping a couple bucks.
Shout out to Fred, man. We appreciate you from the heart.
Scoy Harris, OG Moats. What's the word?
Man, what's happening?
Just got my cut. I'm looking
Let's
sharp
go.
like you. Real talk. Anyway,
Let's go.
we
Fresh
get
to death, man.
Debo92 on the show for an interview. Would love to get his opinion on the QB situation.
Okay, respect.
It's 2024. Deke hasn't watched Friday yet. That is true.
That is kind of crazy, bro.
You know what? I saw it on the TV guide this weekend.
Okay.
It was ending, though.
You don't want to catch it then. Catch it.
Yeah, what was I going to say?
Yeah, catch it at the beginning.
Not necessarily TV guide, but
I know what
basically
you're talking
when you
about,
turn on your TV.
Because you sound like an old person at the
No,
TV
I wasn't.
guy, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't looking
was
through
like,
the book.
God,
It's the guide on the TV. It's the guide on the TV.
Like at the hotels where it just keeps playing over and over, like channel 1, 2, 3, da-da-da-da. Like the guide channel, or
No, not the guide.
You hit the
channel.
actual guide button.
Hit the guide button.
There we go.
Yes,
Because you
scroll
sounded
through.
like you was old, bro. That's like some old people stuff. Let me go to the guide channel and just
Oh,
just
yeah,
keeps playing
I
up and
missed
down.
that.
Yeah,
That was cool.
Or
That
the
was cool,
OG
actually.
open up the guidebook and you're like, oh, what's playing
Right.
today? Yeah, bro. Yeah.
We should get back to that, actually.
That's like the hotel thing. I feel
teach
like,
patience.
man. It definitely taught you. It's funny though.
Try to get our attention span.
I get so irritated now if I gotta wait for it to click. I'd be like, bro, I don't want to wait this long. I'd rather just click through and figure out the channels before I wait now.
Dude, or even like looking at the bottom ticker on ESPN to get score updates, or looking at scores.
Will you
as
wait or
opposed
will
to
you pull
just
up your
Googling
phone?
it.
Will
Yeah.
you wait or will you pull up your phone? Because I
What?
definitely pull up my phone. I'd be like, bro, I'm tired of waiting.
Oh, now
Let's
yeah,
pull up my
it's
phone.
you just pull up your phone. But it
Yeah.
used to be like
You
I'm
have to
watching.
wait.
Pardon the interruption, or some of these shows
Yeah.
on ESPN. Just actually watching the bottom ticker for updates.
The
in
funny
the sports
thing,
world.
I remember in 2006, my freshman year at JMU, when we would win a game, I would turn on Sports Center at night and just wait all hours until that ticker just said James Mad with the score up there versus who we played, just so you can see like, oh, we on the ticker now, bro. We
Yeah.
up there, but so you gotta wait. And you got are they doing top 5? Are they doing top 25? But we ain't in this convo right here. All right, they doing only 1As. All right, we gotta wait a little bit longer. All right, now we got the 1AA section. All right, don't miss it. Yeah, bro, that was a vibe, man. What a time. Quan Summer said it, man. I'm gonna repeat it. Hit that like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe. Salute you, Quan, John Doe, Stan Clear, the Jacob Malacio, X Concepts, Dabs, Thomas Riley, and Simeon McDaniels, man, and Christian 15213. We see all of y'all and then some rocking with us, but y'all been rocking with us for a while today, man. So salute each and every one of y'all, man. From the heart.
Yeah, I saw Friday on the guide, and it was almost over, so I didn't even feel like pressing the button to turn it on.
Respect.
And then
Bro,
I think the sequel was on after that, but you said don't
it's
even
like
watch the sequel, right?
You need to watch the first one first, like Friday,
Okay.
Friday after next, or Friday, next Friday, Friday after next.
Okay.
Yeah. What did I watch this weekend? I feel like I watched the old movie, bro. Bro, what did I watch this weekend? Oh, I watched that movie called Thanksgiving. It came out. It was like a little holiday scary movie joint. Extra super gory, by the way. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's what I ended up watching, bro. It was pretty cool. And then Basic Instinct. That was pretty freaky. Yeah.
Christian 15213 says this is for Moats only.
Oh, what do you got?
Wide right. Wide right. Wide right.
All right, man. Respect. I get it, baby. I get it. The irony of it all, man. But what can you do? You live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. Hopefully for T-Bass, man, he bounced back. And yeah, it's gonna be people trying to crush him and kill him. T-Bass a dope kicker, bro. It just happens, man. It sucks, but it happens, man.
Q KP8 is a noodle arm throwing, two glove wearing, Beyblade spinning, back shoulder throwing merchant.
Yikes. Tell him how you really feel, Q. Good Lord.
Damn.
Off the top rope. I watched the UFC fight this week, but bro, that was the best fight that I done seen. What you just did right there, the way you just get, God, dog. He really attacked your man and then called him a merchant at the end of it. That's like bougie. He's just a back shoulder merchant. That's it. He ain't got nothing else going for him for the K. Just all you can throw is the back shoulder, the jump ball. That's it. That's all he is. Dang, bro. Q, are you? Is this a burner account? Just Noriega? Who is over here, man? Q, you usually don't come this heavy-handed towards Kenny, man. What's going on here, bro? Jeez, I like it though. Express yourself, but jeez, that was a lot.
Christian's back in the
house.
house.
That was a lot.
Christian 15213
God.
says Kenny is not Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Herbert in waiting. He's Bobby Brister in waiting. The damage that can do to a franchise is very long lasting. Bobby at least didn't have the D that KP8 did.
Pause. Yeah, bro. They trying to get at him.
Well,
they trying to get at him.
Tomlin said this is a big year for Kenny, and I agree with Tomlin.
Yeah.
I think Kenny is very capable of matching it with the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, it is.
Toe for toe.
Get him off of you, man. Heck yeah.
I said the same thing about Mason. I'm going to say the same thing about Kenny. It's just, you're going to put it together this year. You're going to do it. I think he's very capable.
But they say, trust the process.
I think he's very capable.
Trust the process.
And I would have loved to see him end of this season without Canada, if he didn't get hurt. But that's one of my biggest knocks on Kenny, is just the availability. And getting hurt. Yeah, we haven't been able to maintain the momentum that we've got through the good times with Kenny.
Yeah.
And he gets banged up and then
real choppy. Like you said, it hasn't.
Yeah,
we haven't got this like smooth. It's just unavailable. Good show, not good. Unavailable. It's like nope. But that's what we said this year. It's a big year for him, man. Like, it's definitely a big year.
I'm not joking around. Whenever I was saying going into 2023, this whole offseason and the preseason, we did our QB rankings. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I think Kenny is very capable of being one of these elite quarterbacks. I'm standing by that. It's just, this year didn't go well. Yeah. So, my take doesn't look good right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. I don't look at him as elite, but I think he could definitely be really good. I think he can give us that. I'm clouded. You know what I be saying.
But like it doesn't have to be all about just like talent. Like
I'm with you on that. But that's why I said I think for me, my perspective is cloudy because I got one of the ones that I look at. So it's like when you see what it can be like that, it's just hard to be like, all right, that is that. I just think that this could be really good, but it's just certain things where it's like, man, I don't know. It's like them dudes, either you got that thing or you don't got that thing.
The other Jacob, #Picket Fence, Tombstone is the best movie. Doc Holliday is my GOAT.
He's goated in that. Shout out to Val Kilmer. That's actually one of my favorite movies, man. Shoot, love Tombstone. I'm your Huckleberry. You're a Daisy if you do. Come on, baby. Hey, man. Oh, man, there's so many quotables in that movie. Look, have you seen Tombstone?
No.
Dang. A little Western. Kurt Russell.
No.
Dang. Johnny Ringo. Come on, man. Yeah, fair enough.
AJ Martinez, Deke shooting, down 53. Wait, hold on. Deke shooting, down 53, green. Sabotage 7. Deke was super gangster, 5'5", super funny when he shoots his gun on the pod. You guys too funny.
No, respect. So you must have been shooting at something. That's what he said, man. Yeah. Every time, man, it'd be like that. People get, get a little spray. It happens. It definitely happens, man. I like it. Jamie Carlo, I did see you, man. I'm going to get you in a second in terms of the fights. I liked it. I kind of thought Strickland won, but I can understand why they would have said that it was, Drakus. I had Strickland first, second, and the fifth. That was how I looked at it. But I could understand if they wanted to go more activity from DDP in the second. But that was kind of my energy with it, man. You let me know in your comment section, though, baby.
Fred Ramirez, Kirko, or let Russ cook at the Q next year.
If I had to decide to that extent, I go Kirk. But I don't think we got to go to that extent. Well, I don't think we are going to go to that extent when they're already saying Kenny's going to be QB1 this offseason.
No,
Them type of options are QB1s when they come in.
I don't want either of those guys. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, because there is no competition if Kirk is here, if Russ is here. I think we would agree upon that because based on how much you got to pay these dudes.
Yeah.
You're not
bringing
paying
them in for a reason.
Yeah, they don't get paid what they get paid to be backups. Regardless of if we think they're elite or not, they've clearly shown that they're viewed as QB1 wherever they go. So just based on what Coach T has already said, and based on kind of like what me and Deke have been breaking down just in season and even as we transition now to the offseason, yeah, I don't think we need to go that level right now because both of them to an extent are going to be very expensive, whether we're talking Russ where you got to go acquire him from another team. So now you're giving up assets as well as taking on his contract, or it's Kirk coming off of Achilles and you're going to need to give him a contract as well. It's just a lot to deal with, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we need to right now. Low key, the Kirk situation is going to be kind of like Jimmy G last year, where he kind of coming off the Achilles and then late goes to Vegas when they're doing the whole, all right, if you're still healthy enough to play, we'll keep the contract valid. If you can't, then we're going to have you go on. Yeah, I think Kirk may be something similar.
I'd guess Kirk gets more than Jimmy G, though. I'm not the biggest fan of either guy, but I do think Kirk is better than Jimmy G.
See, I'd lean Jimmy G because he's been taking the team to the Super Bowl.
What do you get, 20, 25, 27 or something?
Mm-hmm.
And that might be Kirk's range because of the injury. But if he was coming off of this season, and
he was cooking this season,
he was putting up some numbers. Now I don't know if they make the playoffs with him. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he'd be more in like the 30 range if he would have been able to stay healthy. Yeah. All right, that's it for the Supers.
I like it.
6:42.
Man, this sounds like a perfect time, bro. It sounds like a perfect time. It sounds good to me. I ain't tripping. What you got on your plate, bro? Because we can get these free agents to Wednesday, bro.
That's up to you.
Yeah, so we can get them on Wednesday, bro. It's 6:42 right now. We could cop them on Wednesday. It'd be good. Unfortunately, since it is the off season, we do got time. And since all parties are in the off season now, yeah, I guess we got time.
We got time.
Yeah. Just took, one group a little bit longer, but either way, we're all here now.
Man.
Yeah. What? No. That wasn't a slight. That was with all due respect. That was with all due respect. That was with all due respect. That was with all due respect, bro. That was with
all due respect. Is always going to be a slight.
That was with all due respect, bro. That's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, we all here now. Okay, we all here. It didn't matter if somebody got fast passed. We all here now, and it don't matter who sends you. We here. All right. Doesn't matter how valiant of an effort or how much of it was. We're all here. So here we go. So yeah, man. With that being the case, guess we slide back here on Wednesday, man. Tap in, have some fun with this thing. With all due respect. Oh, shout out to Joe Gerbis. All right, before we tap up out, let me get you real quick, Joe. Salute you, Joe Gerbis, man. He says, Moats, check out Jadavian Sanders, UT Austin, and Amani Bailey. I've heard of Amani. Definitely heard of Amani. TCU. Love the streams. Deke, I need a Madden stream. Much love to the nation.
We'll see. It's the off season. We'll see.
It is the off season now, Deke. You're supposed to have some more time now.
I'll give you the side eye emoji on that.
Now, are you working in the off season? Are you chilling? Like, what's your vibe, bro? What can the people expect now that's the off season, bro?
I'm just trying to think through some things. That's all. Just figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Respect.
Yeah, I'm in a contemplating phase right now.
But a good space though.
Yeah, good. Yeah, very good.
So we like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking about the Madden streams for sure. Madden streams, Madden content. If I get back in, I got some good ideas. I got some creative ideas.
I like it.
We'll see. I mean, I want to go back in.
Does Easy come back to that dope?
Do I pull the Miles Jack?
It keeps calling me back, baby. It keep calling me back. I get it, bro. You know me. I'm chilling. I'm going to have some family time. But it'd be a good time either way.
Christian 15213.
Oh, shout out.
Sneaks another one in here. Moats, serious question. What do you think the D should have done against Mahomes?
Against Mahomes? Bills, got you. I mean, part of it, you do what you do. You're injured, man. So when you're banged up at the inside linebacker position and Kelsey is doing what he's doing, you kind of just have to do what they did last night. And that plan was working. The difference was this. Pre-DeMar Hamlin punt situation, that was a drive that stalled. You get the touchback, and they come right back out. Another drive stalls. Those are two drives that stalled, two extra possessions that you had against this Chiefs team where you were either going to continue to maintain a 4-point lead throughout or potentially get a chance to double that and go up double digits. That's the difference, man. When you let those two possessions slip like that, then the Chiefs come down and get another drive and get points, it just made it a little bit different of a feeling. You know what I mean? So that's the big takeaway for me, man. I just think offensively, Bills got to execute a little bit better in that scenario. And then, because the running game, in terms of what Pacheco ended with, part of that is that last drive. You know what I mean? So you understand what the scenario is. And yeah, you want to stop the run, but that's also a part of your weakness right now with your linebacker situation. So I thought they did everything that you could do to an extent. You're not about to just get reckless and start blitzing them every single play. So I thought the game plan was fine. It's just, man, sometimes them dudes make more plays than you do, and you got to tip your cap. I just don't have any issue with that because, like I said, when you do it, you respect the heck out of all these dudes. So you literally know that every single player that's up here is capable. So when you see a Mahomes and company like that, you're just like, yo, sometimes greatness is greatness, man. I done faced Brady numerous times. It's a lot of times I done walked out that stadium feeling just like how that day felt last night where you like, bruh, it don't matter. Unless you're perfect, it don't matter. Not close to perfect. Perfect. That's where he's at right now. Very similar to when Brady was doing it as well, man. And there's a reason why Brady had won how he won and how a lot of us feel like how we feel. And I'm sure there's going to be some people feeling like that about Mahomes as he continues on his journey as well, man. But like I said, that's kind of how I looked at it, man. I thought as a whole, they did whatever they could at that time, man. Outside of getting just reckless. And you don't want to do that either.
That's it.
All right then, man. So, like I said, man, salute each and every one of y'all, man. That was definitely a vibe today. Definitely look forward to spending the block with you in a couple days. So, with that being the case, y'all hit that like button on the front, or technically on the back end of this thing, and don't forget to subscribe. And either way, until next time, baby.
Peace.